I'm gonna be petty too.
Yeah, I love it. Let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl, baby girl. What up, the function? What up, the function? What up, the function? There you go. Get them dances going, baby girl. Not too many emojis. They gonna kiss right now. I wonder if that's what happened. Put none of those down. I wonder if it's gonna flag my. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see.
We'll see.
Let's
How
see.
you feeling?
Baby.
You, babe, professional.
Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel.
Yes, Mr. Kevin.
Yes.
How was your day? Okay, interesting topic. Are men introverted and women more extroverted? Interesting.
Interesting. Yes, I'm trying to see where people observations are today. Want to see if there's a common denominator in these situations. But it's good to see you, Miss Rachel. Welcome back.
Yes, Mr. Kevin. It's a pleasure to be back.
Good to see you.
Yes. Oh, a mess. Okay. Okay, well, I've never met you before, so you don't know my stance on this.
Okay, now.
Oh, person, you heard her. Person said Miss Rachel is wild. Yep, and that's Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin. Yeah, we have not met before, so he does not know my perspective on this topic. But
I like her tone. I was talking about it on live yesterday. It's a woman that remind me of you. She was in here too. You have a wonderful tone. You sound very
really,
intrigued.
wow, thank you. I'm flattered by that compliment, sir.
No problem, man.
Yeah, I really admire your observational skills. I think it's wonderful how you come up with these questions.
Appreciate that, man. I'm trying my best.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. You see, there's somebody named Persons down there. She seems to be saying that we're not truth tellers. Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
Person, do you know anything?
I don't know where she could have come to that assumption, a lot of times people on these platforms they tend to think, oh, okay, wow. Wow, someone else is asking a question. They seem to think we like each other. I don't know where they're getting this
Very
from.
intriguing lady, but I never had put my thoughts on that. But yeah, I know him.
Yeah, I just think that, yeah, he's just a very interesting person. Every time I've watched his lives, he just seems to be very focused and interested in the topics and so passionate about the topics. And I just find him to be a very interesting person. I don't know this man though.
That means a lot to me. I like that it made me want to push further. I like that you came back. Welcome back, though.
Thank you so much for welcoming me back and make me feel at home.
Yeah, this you could be the new fam. I'll take that. Um,
Wow. Wow, that's such an honor. Thank you.
welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. You can always come back. Plenty. We can always use your perspective.
Yes, sir. I'll do that. Thank you. Hmm.
I'm sure
Okay.
you want to push further. Ura, who are you talking about, Uram? This
Yes,
is
Orem. Is there
my.
something that you know that I don't know that we don't know? I'm confused.
Oh, that's my twin in the comments. Hey, twin, how are
Oh
you?
wow, you have a twin. Oh, wow, that's so interesting.
Yes, very interesting. I think you may like her also.
Really? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if she is as pleasant and as introspective and just wow, as intellectual as you, wow, I think I will get along just fine.
And for me, just hearing a little bit about you, you sound like you would be able to maybe futurely join our podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm honored. Let me say, I've been watching you for, a couple of months now. And I know you may not have noticed that I was watching you, but I admire the way that you host these lives.
Thank you. Thank you. You're just such a sweetheart. I like that.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Wow. This sounds like it's about to be a really, start of a beautiful friendship.
Oh, yes. Amazing. I would gladly like to speak further with you.
All right.
What's up with all these people acting weird in here? It's crazy.
I know.
Hi, hi guys. Where's Kevin, Rachel?
Huh?
Well, my name
Where's
is Rachel. Uh,
That's ironic, ain't that? That's crazy.
Mr. Kev, I remember you told me that you had someone that was your twin. Who's that?
That's her right there. So
Oh
she
my
won't bad.
goodness.
Yeah, I know she's just, sometimes we play around like that and she act like, but hey, twin,
Wow.
meet Rachel. She's a wonderful lady. Wonderful. Yeah.
Hi, twin. It's so nice to meet you. Like he said nothing but wonderful things about you.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm so glad.
Hmm.
Okay.
It was her birthday also yesterday. We
Really?
Yes, in a way, and I don't know how to put this in any other way, but she was birthday girl. But
Wow. I've heard that song before.
yeah,
And then I had a slumber party at the end.
Gee, by golly
quickly,
whiz.
quickly.
Really?
I think that day she forgot that pillow. Cause she usually I usually have her to hand out the pillows professionally, but
Pillows. What are
that
those
day was her
for?
birthday, so I feel like she needed to rest that day. So
Oh, I
Yeah.
understand. Wow.
yeah.
Oh, you're very funny,
But
Mr. Kevin.
I
I
really,
do like your humor.
oh, thank you, man.
Do you like your humor?
Yeah. I really hope I see you around more and more. I believe you will be great asset.
Okay,
I'm telling your
I could
girlfriend.
no longer. It's too
Trying
much.
to,
It was too much with
we
that
went
one.
to the whole. We talking about going to the extreme. We just said be professional. Ooh, we got too professional. So professional, we forgot who we are.
Person was over there snitching on us. That ain't person. You don't gotta tell everybody.
I'm telling Kev's girlfriend. I'm telling Rachel's boyfriend. I'm telling everybody.
In
Number
fact, my
one
man
snitch
said we was
naive
No
in
digging
the
one
each
is
other.
house.
safe when person's around.
All
She's
right, what
snitching.
made the other dude? What can men and women not talk? They not dig each other? I don't get that one. I don't even think we was even flirting on that.
Oh, y'all weren't. Oh, I don't know if y'all know him. Maybe he was joking around if y'all know
No,
him.
I don't even. I don't even think that was just like.
Yeah, it. I think somebody knows us. You talking about you two are a mess? I don't know.
Wait, who said that? Wait, who that? That was him that said that?
No, that was somebody else. Not the guy that came up.
Oh no, I was talking about the aura person. He said, "Now
Oh
you gotta
yeah.
say get a room." Oh, he said, "Get a room." I'm like, how the fuck we didn't even flirt or
We weren't
anything.
even flirting.
I realized that on this app, men and women can't interact without.
Yeah.
It's
I told you the story with me and my twin. Like, I was like, what the heck?
If
We
these
couldn't
men
do
can get
nothing just because we
along,
thought alike. And I was like, what?
well, also, when you get along with the opposite sex, it's kind of rare on this app when they're always feuding and having an issue. So when you hear someone pleasantly speaking together, cohesively understanding each other, it absolutely could turn
Man,
to
is
that.
you still in professional mode? You scaring me now. I thought we left that alone.
What do you mean? It's professional.
She done got stuck.
What happened? What do you mean?
Nah, I'm blaming it. Nah, that's because it's her birthday. She got older now. She really told like this. Now it's over.
Yeah, after another birthday, you're getting wiser and you kind of understand and, have a better understanding of life and, just kind of just settle and relax. And that's kind of what I've been doing.
Okay, I gotta be a few months so I can start sounding like that. My dang on so okay, we going okay.
You guys already got it. Some people don't have to wait as long as others. I think you guys already got it.
Okay, appreciate you. I like her words. Man, I like this new version.
Is it her? Is it the way she speaks? Her tone?
She has brought up her grammar. When we was talking about that.
Wait, I don't even know you. What do you mean we were talking about something?
y'all better stop.
Oh, this is only a weekend special. It doesn't last forever. Thank you.
Weekend special is crazy work.
What have you been up to, person?
I've been living my life,
You just call a person a person? That's her name?
My name's Person.
Wow. What did a bird mean? Your fly?
No, it's just a dove. You remember Noah and the Ark?
Oh, okay, person.
With the olive branch?
You're an interesting person. Okay, that's your first name. I see now. Okay, I got you.
I don't really think I'm that interested. I'm just me.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
How about everybody else? I know it's been Alter Ego's birthday.
Yay, baby. I said the wrong. Oops. Birthday. Birthday girl. Girl. Let me see.
Yeah. Like I feel like I saw her lips like really swirly, like
Girl. You gotta growl that boy.
you gotta growl it.
What made Drake think of something like that? That's crazy.
Because he had her looking in the mirror, playing in the mirror. Come on,
Man, Kendrick done got him together. He got him talking like that. Girl, let me see you do your dance.
I'm
What he
like,
say?
what is that? That
Do
song is
your
crazy.
dance.
It's so cringy, but it's hilarious when y'all do it. This song is cringy, is it?
It is.
This song is so cringy.
I done got dang on, what's the word?
It's funny because y'all playing with it, but he really made that a song. Look at him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Right? Yeah, I heard it on Nokia. It's called Nokia.
That is crazy.
What up, Sun?
Hi, Godfather. You make me want to use my other voice.
Uh-oh.
What up, what up, what up, everybody? Happy holiday, happy Easter, everybody. Happy holiday, happy Easter and 420 day too. Roll up.
Not roll up.
Roll up one for me because I don't smoke that.
Let me
But
see.
yeah, like I was saying, though, I'm the type of person that I don't want nobody to know I know my knowledge. I can read, write, nothing. That's how I rock. So, I'm different. So, basically, what I was saying about it is, it's just, love is love. Like me, I'm proud of everybody. Like people supposed to be proud of us that we love and never discriminate. We love other women, different cultures. Y'all should be proud of us. That we're not like them. Should be proud of us. But it's sad though, the world and people. So,
True. That's true. I feel that. I'm gonna eat my little Reese's thing I had. Boy.
Godfather, is that your hand in the profile?
Yeah, I just won that money at a gambling spot. That ain't number like
Dang.
$300-400. But
Oh
see this one
my.
thing about me too. I don't even let you know my knowledge because $100 really actually $1,000 American
Period.
money. So behind the value of money, I ain't even gonna go there with people because you know the economy been messed up since the beginning of time. You want me to get your full payment of your real money. So we ain't gonna go there. So you know how the world works.
The world.
You know, in this devil's world, you know, in this cold, crazy world, you know, these job turkeys and backstabbers, you know, they born every day.
Oh my.
You
You
know
about to
what?
have you a new visitor. She talking about something. Is that your hand? Oh, she finna come see you.
Oh whoa, Millie, you got it wrong.
Party foul. But
You
Hey,
you
learn
got
know
how
it
to
what
say your
though?
ABCs backwards,
wrong.
baby girl, before you even try to talk to me. Learn how to say your ABCs backwards like a little kid in school. You
Is
can't
that
trigger
your
me,
hand
so
in that picture?
you can't
Why?
run game this way. Take that foolishness on somewhere.
Why?
So
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Wait,
don't know.
wait a minute.
When y'all figure it out, let me know. I don't
That's their
know.
game. That's their game to try to trigger you. You know, I got a mother, I got fathers, I got sisters, I got brothers, I got what? Come on now, we been doing this shit out here. That
Oh,
ain't nothing. That ain't nothing new.
Okay.
What,
Anyways,
what, what happens under the
so
dark come to light.
right.
Everything's coming to light.
So what was your intentions when you put that money
Since
on
the
your
beginning.
profile?
he
I just
wanted
did
women
it
to
on
be
there because that
like,
was the only picture
"Ooh,
I
is
had when I
that
won my little
you?" For
cash at the
him to
ticket
be
house. You
like,
know,
"I
I
knew you
won. You
was a
know, I'm a
gold
real
digger."
professional retired gambler, so you know, I won. You know, just doing my little thing, having fun. You know, enjoying life, having fun. You know, doing me, enjoying life, having fun. No
You
matter
had to
nobody
show.
don't like it or not, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, you showed it for a reason, though. Yeah, I get you.
No, no, I didn't show it for a reason. I took a picture
Yeah, you put it on
of
your.
it. Did you hear what I said, sir? Enjoying life, having fun.
So you had to show
You
everybody.
don't get that. You want to start an argument and try to confuse a motherfucker because you one of them type of cats. Nigga, take that kitty immature shit on somewhere.
You asked the
Boy,
question.
you funny as hell.
I just asked the question. What's going on? All right, man.
Do
Show
do
that.
you
Have
do
to
you even
show
know how to roll
everybody.
it? Do you even know how to roll the dice? Do you even know how to play 4, 5, 6? Do you even gamble? Do you even go
Said
have
who do
fun?
this?
Do you
Said
even enjoy your life and
who
have
do this?
fun? I mean,
Ah,
that's really what it is. A hater's a hater.
yeah. I could throw my video game up there. You know, I guess show everybody I play the game. I don't know.
You can't do that with them YNs running around. You know they be trying to hit
Why
something.
is why? All right.
You know, just like me. Hey, I've been living on this earth. Motherfuckers try to rob me so many times, they already dead in the grave.
You
Hey,
must have
that's on
learned.
them.
You got
You
the
come this
bunny.
way, you already know what happened to you. So
Oh,
that's how it
you,
happened to you. You know the world.
you provoking.
Young nigga got grenade
Now
launcher
listen to him.
now.
Now listen to him. You provoking, man. You can't trigger me, dude. Go find, go fuck with,
No,
go,
I'm
go fuck,
saying
go
you said
outside, go shoot a basketball or something,
no.
little boy.
You
Go
said
roll up a
that
blunt or something. Go listen to some good music.
you said you got robbed before. Do you? The first thing you do is take a picture and put money out there.
No, I
That's
was speaking as in general when you said about the why I'm flashing my money. No, I don't flash. I always paid attention all my life. I said I was enjoying myself, having a good time, as somebody was taking the
you can
picture.
put a smile on there or something. You got to throw your money up there with
What?
your.
What? That went over your head? That went over your head?
Oh, what's going on, man? Dang. I'm just trying to get to know you.
Nah, what's going on with you? I'm always good. I'm always blessed
I
player.
see you,
That's you
bro.
trying to trigger somebody, bro. Go take that kitty shit on somewhere, dude.
That your triggers is your problem. That wasn't my intentions. I was just asking you. You know, who are you trying to show that money off to? I can use some of
That
that
is
money.
your attention because you asking me who after I sit right here once again and saying it. I'm enjoying my life, having fun, and somebody took the picture. Because I just won some money.
And you
And
put
here come you with your bullshit. Dude,
They
go play
took
the
the
go
picture,
try to
but
manipulate, somebody else, dude. That's lame.
uh,
You still a little boy. You's a
I,
mama's boy.
I want
Go play
some.
them weird ass games with somebody else, dude.
So why you like that, man? I love you, brother.
Weird ass nigga. I'm
I'm
not your
not.
brother. I'm
Yeah,
not your
boy, that
brother.
boy is
I
from
got real
Harlem.
brothers, nigga. I ain't your motherfucking brother.
Love you. How you got God
I
in there?
got real brothers, nigga. I'm not
Godly,
your brother.
man. Why you got God in your name? You're not acting godly.
Hey, go find you something to do, little kid.
You should have took a picture of God and threw him on there. You know,
Everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking
you
hands up
know
and
it, brother.
follow me.
You know it. You know it.
Ah,
Well, I would have thought Millie would
You
have.
mad because I'll be
right.
talking
I
so
thought
fast, you
Millie
be
was
listening
coming up
slow?
here to
You
start
mad because I'll
something.
be talking so fast and you listening slow?
Oh
That's
my
what it
God,
I'm
I
gonna
is.
give
wasn't
Millie
paying
a
attention to
follow.
that. What the heck? I don't know.
Clown ass niggas.
Hey, what's going on? So, what's going on? You all right? You all right this Easter?
Crazy ass people.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
happy
always
Resurrection
good.
Day.
I'm always good. I'm
Yeah,
always
it's
Gucci.
Easter.
I
Happy
was
you.
coming up here. I was coming up here talking about the pause or when you the little post up there or whatever.
go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we can still do
Let's
that.
let's, let's start the pose.
You were
Amen.
very
Let's do that.
Let's do
yeah.
that.
You came in with you were very positive when you first came in. It's
I'm
okay.
always positive. I'm always positive. I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah,
Don't nobody in
let's.
this world give a fuck who you are. You're not going to see. That's one thing about me. I don't give a fuck who you
Uh
are. I was raised. If you ain't gonna give respect, if you not going to give respect, what do that mean? If you don't give respect, you don't give respect. So now you're going to try to reverse psychology that over and try to manipulate that situation. What else you going to try to do?
Nice.
Yo, kid, we talked
Yeah.
about this last night. That's so
What?
crazy.
What?
Anything. Yeah.
Always.
Always
It don't matter
always
how
on
you say
Kevlar.
something.
Don't. It don't. It don't. Sometimes you can tap into some things that people don't know they have. That's all it is. Go ahead.
So
Go
what?
ahead.
So yeah, what do you think about the conversation, Godfather? Like, are men more introverted and women more extroverted?
To me,
Gotta prove
it's
this
not
point.
my business about nobody' life or what they got going on or what they got doing going on. I'm gonna speak for me. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else's life or what they got going on. I'm speaking about me.
Okay.
I'm the person that I am. Love this way. You know, you come this way, that's gonna be on you. I move in silence, so you gonna know how I happen to you. Let alone you was fake love and you was on that really bullshit. Get your weird ass on. It's that simple.
He silently displayed that money, but you. So I think you kind of Oh, so in this thing, I think you probably might agree with that. Men are. Well, no, that's the. Oh, my bad. That's the first prompt. Never mind. All
Hey,
right.
look
So
to it.
okay. So your answer is love, and I don't have to. Okay, I got you. That's your answer to the first question.
Godfather, do
Then
you
I see
know?
the chick down there, they took the picture, but you made it a profile. What you jealous because what you jealous?
Oh, my bad,
What
my
you
bad,
jealous of?
That boy
my
woke
bad.
up
I
to
should have moved
violence.
on.
You supposed to have scrolled
What
that
you
up.
jealous of?
I just read that. That was a
You
little.
she
That was a while
jealous?
ago. My
Yeah,
bad.
she jealous. What you jealous of?
This man was just ready to talk about the prompt that went straight back to violence.
Oh man,
No,
my bad.
I was reading the
He didn't
comments
even
down
come
here
and
because I
talk.
wasn't
That
He
was
even
a
paying
had
long
it.
attention.
time
I wasn't even
ago.
paying attention. I was reading the comments.
That was a while back when we were trying to understand each other. All right, but sorry, Godfather, we got this.
We got.
I believe in you.
We got
Hey,
Okay,
you.
can't joke on me.
so Godfather. Okay, so you heard that word introverted and extroverted?
That's nothing to me. That's easy words. I already know where my intelligence at.
Yeah,
I
have
ain't got
you
nothing to
heard
prove to
of?
nobody.
No, no. I'm. It was just a yes or no. I don't know because. So what do you think about that? Like, are you introverted or are you extroverted?
I just told you my opinion.
What you say? You said something about love. That ain't got nothing to do with extrovert and introvert.
Hey, like I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Got you. I got you. So you know the word. I got you. So Millie, what you got for me, man?
What women are more women are more into people.
You waiting on me to answer?
Yeah, you next,
It's
man.
all love this way. I don't know what be
I
wrong with
got you.
people.
It's all love this way, brother.
You know, they gonna turn off their own bullshit, so that's gonna be deal. They
I
gonna be
love
OB.
you
Hey,
too.
my life.
More extroverted. I'm kind of curious on where you came up with how you came up with the questions, for that topic. So
Observation of what I kind of noticed. I don't know if it's true. I wanted to see anybody else may observe that.
okay, well I'll just speak from my best experience. Are men more introverted? I wouldn't necessarily say men are more introverted because Men are most likely the pursuers. So you can't really be introverted if you going at a lot of women all the time, and so that would make me say that more women are introverted because they not out here going at people left and right like that. They rather be to themselves, I guess. I don't know. That's a tricky question because now you got all these women on OnlyFans and Snapchat privates, and so you just see somebody busting it down for $5. So that's not introverted. So I don't know. That's a tricky
Yeah, I
question.
know. Yeah, that's what it's made for, boys. Really, I like how you did that though. So I can see, and I'm listening. So I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see.
that's a real tricky question. It really just depends on who you're dealing with. That's why I like to talk about meeting your person or your people or your pack or your tribe because everybody out here is different. Like everybody out here is different. There's no two people that are alike, but you can have similarities with somebody else, and y'all can click and y'all can y'all can hit it off.
Yeah.
So really, and ultimately, it just really depends on who it is. Who you want to vibe with, or who you don't even want to deal with at all. When it comes down to my bottom answer.
Okay. I like that.
So I looked up extroverted, right? And it says an outgoing, overtly expressive person. Based on
Yeah,
that definition, I would say men are more introverted.
Mm.
yeah. Introvert is like being the person in the corner in the room, and extrovert is like the person who just comes through the door and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Let's get it." That's the extroverted person to the introverted person.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're not as expressive.
Yeah.
No more help, babe. No more help.
Oh, sorry.
And the next one says
No, we
women
ain't
are
on that.
more
We're not on
into
that yet.
people, men are more into things.
Hold up, real
Do
quick.
you agree
Millie.
with this statement?
Hold up, Millie. We ain't on that one yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna get Archer and then get my baby. What you got, twin? If y'all can go ahead and get some shares out and all
Not
that.
get unmuted. Are we doing the first one?
Yeah, what you feel about that one?
Are men more introverted and women more extroverted? Um, yeah, I kind of think that way. I think men are definitely more like. I think women are more social. Granted, it can be opposite, of course, but I think over at a generally, men are more reserved. I think because they're always more watchful and just kind of like seeing women because of our what's the word? Dang, I can't think of the word. But because of our can't think of that word, we are be able to be like more open, more
Mm.
free. What is that word that's gonna bother me now?
Mm.
Something that is what women think we don't have because of the patriarchy, but we do. Privilege. There we go. Because of our female privilege, we're able to kind of see the world differently than men, so we move differently. That's all.
Mm. Okay. Let me see. Hold up. I don't know who that is. What?
Oh, I had just brought them up. And
Let's see what they
they
do.
got shy. Did you get shy?
I don't know what happened.
Who who
Where
who,
they
who
go? I
got
thought they
brought?
let them up. They look. All right. They look. All right. What you got, babe?
Oh, sorry, I kind of went a little bit earlier, but at first I thought, okay, so in general, I believe that majority people are extroverted because if you look at the school system, right, we're kind of conditioned to like try new things and to be outgoing. Like there's always a smaller group of people that are not really interested in socializing and being that expressive. Like if you look at every environment that you are in, right? So like even the work environment, right? There's going to be more extroverts than introverts. So if I can see in each population or each environment that I'm in, there's generally more extroverts than introverts. I don't know. I would just assume that that majority of people are just extroverted. But if I had to answer, I would say that men are more introverted. Um, and we can see that all the times. Even with like when we look at autism, right? Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. I'm trying to really figure this out. Okay, so even with autism, right? Which is like someone having like a social deficiency, right? Majority people who are on the spectrum, they would seemingly have not be that extroverted, seemingly majority. But anyways, most women are underdiagnosed because they are more expressive, right? And then most men are overdiagnosed because they have more introverted personalities.
That sounds backwards. If you're not expressive, that means you put away, you a secret. So how can you be overly diagnosed if you're a secret?
No, yeah, that's wait, what? No, 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 no. But the thing is, they're compared to majority of the kids that are in the school system, which, like I was saying, majority of the kids are conditioned to socialize and be expressive, if you get what I'm saying. So they're looking at this kid who is less expressive, and it's easy to point them out because they stand out. They are not doing the things that other kids are doing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just showing how it makes sense that more men are introverted.
Now you're not supposed to slide to the side. This is supposed to be a debate that started with me and you. That's crazy.
Did I?
I
I
was
know.
ready to like that.
I
Yeah,
know.
this topic came from me and my babe. We was about to make a debate over the phone first, and then we were like, you know what? Let's make this a topic.
I know.
Perfect
We
decision.
started out debating about it, and I was like, most people are extroverted, but but okay, this is what I said last time. I felt that men are actually extroverted, but they don't express it the same way that women do. I do think a lot of men are social. They do, like, if you see you like when they get with their boys, they love hanging out with their boys. They like to go out, like to do stuff or whatever. But they're kind of taught to just kind of not express too much.
Because you have to reserve yourself, because you know how the world is. Not everybody is even trustworthy, so you can't just put all your marbles on the table, for somebody to snatch them up and take off with them.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They are like inside of them. They are social people. They are outgoing, but they can't show it. So that's why I was telling him I do believe that men. Now I don't know if men are more extroverted, but I think men and women are equally extroverted.
All
That's
right,
very true.
my turn now.
My turn. My turn.
Yep, you know I've been waiting on this. Yep. We ain't do it on the phone. We gonna do it here. Say no. All right. I was gonna say. Hold up, wait. Before I go, I'm gonna let Rob go real quick. My brother Rob in the building, man. Rob and his. I'm gonna put him on spot.
Okay.
Rob and his
Oh, you
sensitive
phone out.
mind.
Yo, what's up, brother Rob?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize to you, Kev. I know that ain't got nothing to do with me, but yeah, my bad, bro. Like it got weird that
I had
day.
to mess with you now. You ain't gotta apologize. I was messing with you. Like, that boy got you gotta. And Rachel the one need the apology. She the one that got told about it. She
Yeah,
He
I
apologized.
already told. I always
ain't got.
apologize for crazy people, so I already told Rachel. I was like,
No,
yo, my
it's all
bad. She
right,
said the
man.
same thing. She was
I
like,
gotta do you. I gotta do you like I do Rachel. Like y'all people, man.
I know, Robbie, we have very interesting people. Like, we have a diverse group of people that are very quirky, very, like, they take a little time to understand, right? Like
yeah.
Puppy, Puppy, and they
Oh
take a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
Puppy power.
Uh-huh. Yeah, every time
Yeah,
my
like
friends, huh? Go ahead.
now I always thought that was a voice changer, but go ahead.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I was saying every time my friends come up in, they ain't even like, I wouldn't even say friends. Like I said, Robbie, I would say is like a friend. But like most of
Yeah,
the
he
people,
saved you. He saved you. Yeah,
no,
because I like how he talk.
no, but most of the people that follow me, I have a very diverse group of people that follow me because I'm very open to listening to them. You know, and
Yeah.
so is Robbie.
I can only listen to it for so long.
Yeah, Kev would be like, all right, bye.
Yeah, I just came from a different panel because one lady was saying the age of consent should be 25 because 18 is too low, blah, blah, blah. And, shitting on men's preferences or whatever. Like, oh, no man should be with a girl who's 7 years younger. And what the hell does he want? What commonality is there? I was like, I don't know if he's looking for
She must be an
commonality.
old fart or something. The reason why she's saying that.
I don't, yeah, she's like 27, something like that, 28.
And
Oh,
that's
I
interesting
forgot,
because
but
you can enlist in the army at 18, and I've
that's what
heard
I said. I
stories
was like,
about what goes on in the army. I don't know how true it is,
they
but
picking
what they
kids'
plan to do about
genders
that?
at 3.
bro, right. You could,
Okay, so
yeah, that's
that's
what I'm
weird
saying.
that you
Isn't
say
that crazy?
that the lady said that no man should be with a woman who's 7 years younger. I'm 5 years younger than my fiance, and I'm
Call the
30,
police!
I'm
But she was
30,
like,
I'm 30,
yeah,
he's 35, so I don't see what the
she was
problem
saying
is.
she was saying,
That
what do
is
you
the
even have in
problem.
common? What do you even have in common with someone so much younger? I'm like,
Exactly. They mad.
A
he might not
lot.
be looking for commonality. I was like, he's probably looking for compliance more than he's looking for commonality.
Like live your best life, probably taking trips and everything, and somebody's mad because of your age
Yeah,
gap in your relationship. That's ridiculous.
yeah. But no, my bad. I didn't want to put me on the spotlight and shit. I know someone was gonna go before me, whoever that was, but was it
Oh no, I
me?
think it's on you though. It was something else funny. I feel like I was about to say though. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
but if I could ask you real quick, Kev, what are your thoughts on that? To Kev and Rachel, what are your thoughts when y'all hear women say, "Oh, the age of consent should be 25"?
We're
uh,
5 years apart too.
I would say,
You said the age of consent?
I think it
Yeah.
depends on the
Man, we
reason.
already having a problem with the age of consent being 18. Make it 25. These guys go, oh my gosh.
And then they can still go buy
They're gonna
liquor at
lose it.
21.
Oh,
Right.
I
You
get you
know how
though, because
many
that would be
kilos
more on
there's
the
gonna be?
man too. Like the
Yeah,
man that get towed up, be in jail because he under 20.
yeah, they're gonna be
Yeah,
in.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
Not
my
only
god.
that, but like you need to be 18 to be able to join the military, but you need to be what,
25 and a half
21
steps.
and 25 to have
But
consent? Like what?
yeah, but and I could get it to a certain step. As I said, depend on her reasoning, right? But because I believe a lot of people ain't grown until they really, hit a certain age. Because there's people right now that's even older than that. They mindset not even ready for no relationship or
Well,
nothing. So I
Exactly.
can see it, but then again, I feel like if she coming with a way to like a ill intentions and stuff or whatever, just to be like to go
well,
against men, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with that.
she did say she's a misandrist. She can't stand men, and she thinks most of them are weird. So it's probably an ill
Oh
agenda.
Misandries can't stand women.
Oh
no.
no, that's a
Oh yeah,
biased
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that,
Mm.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, wow.
something I was about to say before I asked him this question.
like saying that.
I was about to be funny. It was somebody. What is wrong? I was about to say whatever. I remember the joke later. Whatever. But which
Happy
Being
Easter,
misandrous is
everyone.
like saying I don't like you because of your skin color. I don't respect
Yeah,
that mind frame.
talking about that too.
that's what it is. I don't like you because you're a girl. Or you're a man.
Yeah,
All
that's the
right.
same thing as being racist to me. And I
That's the
mean,
same thing. Yeah,
I
you're
just
right.
don't get it.
Have a prejudice against. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Then they got to accept. Yeah, but it's a hatred too. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, that's what it grows into. Really, that's what it already is. If you already figure, okay, all of these people in this same group are just absolutely terrible. Yeah, that's a mental problem.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking about. My baby was getting me back though too, even though I was on her about her people. He's like, "Well, your people's long winded." I was like, "Dang, you're right."
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I do got some long winded man. True
That's
though.
Yo, Rachel, I got to tell you this. So the other day, I sent Young K like I say like 160 minutes worth of voice clips in one day.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
I
I
know.
counted it. I'm like, yo, and she said, I'll get back I'll get back to these as soon as I can. I'm like, yo, take a year if you need to. If
Yeah,
you
he
need
don't even care. Robbie just got to get it out.
Brianna, bring your sensitive self up. I see you down there hiding. Go bring your sensitive self up in.
I done showed Kev has seen your long-winded responses. But yeah, Robbie, he's just like, but he is a word master though. It's so
Yeah.
impressive. It's literally, it's really impressive. Like, I don't know if you were born with that, but that is a gift.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a yapper naturally though, but yeah, like you know,
Hey,
it's
look,
fun.
he got his hand on his chin. You already know it's a rap.
Yeah.
No, when it comes to men being more introverted
This
than women,
idea having it.
I think it just depends on the person, honestly. Like me and my fiance, we're both extroverted. We're both people, and we
He's
talk to anybody and anyone. So he's extroverted, which I get kind of annoyed by it because sometimes he'll be talking to just random people, and
man.
I'm like, dude, come on, let's just
My
chill. Like we'll
mama
be at the
like that.
pool.
Let's
We'll
go
be at the
home.
pool, and he's over here just making friends left and right. And I'm like, babe, I just want to chill. Like I don't have the energy for
But
that
you a
right.
little bit more introverted than he is. Then,
I mean, no, and
in
it's.
a
I
way.
mean, yeah, he literally
I
is.
gotta
Like
ask.
he
Hold on. So
talks
is
to
he
everyone.
does that bother you sometimes or not really?
I mean, it depends. Like in the mood. Like when we go to the pool here at our
It bother
apartment
me.
complex, I'm like, he's like over here. But no, the thing that bothers me is like he's really friendly, and it's like he'll be talking to these girls and just having like a nonchalant conversation, and he doesn't understand that these women are literally flirting with him. And I'm like, babe, do you not read the room? And he's like, what? You're right here. Like I'm not. I'm like, I know you're. He's like that naturally, but it's kind of like I see these women, which I'm not a jealous person at all. I mean, both my best friends, they both have his number and they like ask him for favors to go fix something in their house and shit. And then like I don't care because you know obviously they're my friends and this is my fiance. But sometimes when we're out meeting strangers, he'll just be yapping away, and I'm like, honey, no.
He need to grow up from that. I'm sorry. He gonna get set up.
No, and then he doesn't even
He gonna get set up.
Not if he faithful.
realize it until like they say something and he'll be like, oh yeah, my fiance is right there, you want to say hi to her? And then they'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
If he
Rachel,
faithful,
I
he
think
can't get set up.
yeah, I think Rachel's phenomenal with words too. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. You know, like
Aww.
your ideas, your
Right. What the
concepts.
heck?
You know what I mean? Like
That's how
yeah.
she sucked me in.
And I think Rachel, your superpower is your understanding. Even if you come across an ideology that you don't
Man.
particularly like, you're asking questions instead of judging the shit out of people. Like, you know how rare that is. Like, you know. So I
Just
think,
spoke on everything. And I even told her that too. That's what got. That's most definitely what got me. That's the main thing that got me. That
right.
understanding thing. That's you hit that on the nose. Like that showed that a lot of people was observant of that. So that put the nail in the coffin. Nah, you know for sure, babe.
Yeah, thank
I told you, and that's
you.
rare. That's kind of rare for women, ain't that? Though official. That's a
Yeah,
rare
nah, that's what I'm
thing.
saying, and it's good for her too, because like you know, having a son, like he might go through stuff, and if he did have a mom that's like, oh well, like that didn't understand the male perspective, it's like how can she give him like a perception on what's going on and stuff like that, and you know, like I give you an example, like my sister's nothing like Rachel, but my I was talking to my sister once, and we was talking about like if a man cheats, like does the woman deserve everything he has, and she's like she got so angry, and she was like, yeah, he deserve the woman deserves to walk away with everything, and I'm like, but is that fair to demand everything? You're like, oh yeah, well your ass shouldn't have cheated, and it's like that philosophy sounds cool until your son got a noose around his neck because he's on the receiving end of a woman that took him for everything. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, you got a son, man. You might want to know what the male perspective is, so when he's on a oppressive side of a female that's like misandrous, like you know how to like help him. You know what I'm saying? Like without being so alienated from the male perspective that you don't understand it at all because you're trying to understand the male through a female lens, which is the mistake a lot of them make. You know what I'm saying? So because you'll never understand a man thinking on how he should be more like a female. Let me give you an example. Like, oh, you should watch your tone, and yo, these women are like that. Y'all all so soft spoken and indirect, and y'all speaking hieroglyphics. Like we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, that's how women speak hella code. It's like the fucking Da Vinci Code and shit. It's like I gotta ask, what the fuck you just said? Like, because it's like, well, you know, the thing that you do when you do the thing, and it's like, what the fuck is the thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my gosh, sometimes I have to stop myself from doing that. Like I will say something and then just stop or like expecting him to know exactly what I'm saying.
And they never know. They never know what we're talking about.
Right. Right. You know, I really wonder how like a soft feminine woman will tell someone that they smell like shit. Like, what's the nice way of saying that? Well, you know, like when you
You're
come
not
around,
smelling your best.
No, you'll be like,
you won't even say.
no, you'll probably say something like, "Wow, it's really hot outside and probably sweating. Maybe need to put some deodorant on right now myself." You kind of just blame it on yourself and then hope they get it.
He won't even know it's about odor. She's like, yeah, well, when you appear, people tend to leave, and you know, like, yeah. You know.
How would you guys say it?
No,
Yo,
a
like,
good person asked
Bro,
this.
you on bump mode.
A good person asked this question is my mother, because all my friends growing up, they're like, "Your mom is so mean, but she says it in such a nice way that you're like either you feel offended, but you're like, well, she said it in a nice way." It's like, I don't know how she does it, but I didn't get that part. I wish I could have, but I think I'm pretty direct when it comes to certain stuff. Well, I mean, why beat around the bush?
Yeah.
Like when one time my fiance is good. One time me and my fiance were coming back from Mexico, and we got different seats because we got like the economy stuff. And when we got off the plane, I'm like, "Babe, you smell like absolute garbage. Like, you smell so bad." And it's because his cat had urinated in his luggage, in his carry-on, and the clothes had gotten the scent of the cat's urine. If y'all know what cat urine smells like, it smells really, really bad.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, "Babe, you smell really, really bad. Like, I can't even be near you right now."
Was he pissed off?
No, he was just
Nah,
like
he was pissed
embarrassed.
on.
No, he
Nah,
was
no.
pissed on.
No, ask him, "Babe, were you pissed off?"
Oh my gosh, it was a joke.
Embarrassed. I was like, I had to go buy it.
He was pissed on.
Yeah.
Was he pissed on?
I was like, come on, man.
I can still hear. I can hear it in his voice. He's still thinking about it. He said, "Mom, man."
It's worse. It doesn't leave. I had a cat, and she jumped in the basket, in my laundry basket, and peed in it. I threw the whole thing out.
That scent is strong, and yeah.
Oh, marking that territory.
You know what helps? You wash your clothes once with baking soda, and on a second cycle with vinegar. Half a bottle of vinegar, that helps. And takes it out completely.
It ain't going nowhere.
Or we could just put lighter fluid on it and then throw a match.
Yeah,
See, that's what works. Right, a lighter fluid and match. That'll get it out.
it spreads to everywhere else. I promise. Oh my gosh, when I had a cat and if he peed, I went out. I'm like, oh my god, I still smell the pee. You know what? But I do have a bit of a strong nose, but I can smell it everywhere, even if I wash like 10 times.
And you know, sometimes it be a memory smell too, though. It might not actually be there, but it's like memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that be happening. That's why they have a coffee.
I don't want that smell to be in my memory ever again.
That is crazy how senses work. That's crazy. Like,
I have 2 cats, and luckily they both go in their litter box. But sometimes when my fiance forgets to change it, the whole house smells, and it's in my guest bathroom, and I usually have the door kind of closed. And no, when it's bad, it's like my whole house smells really bad. Like, it smells like cat.
That's the only downside about cats.
Yep.
The upkeep, yeah.
If you don't change it when you need to change it, those little, they don't care how much they love you. They will pee everywhere.
No, and it's
making puss.
No, and it's crazy how like strong it is. Like, how does that come out of such a little thing?
Such a cute little fluffy thing.
Such a cute little fluffy thing, and then that thing is coming out of them.
Nah, they had to go. They were stressing. It was too much stress. No, I'm just kidding. They'll have Peter come for me.
Yo, what's up, person?
Oh, it's a person.
Yeah, it is a
It's a person.
It's a person.
Hi, Robbie.
Hi, how you doing?
Wonderful.
That's
How are
good.
you?
Isn't it a person?
What you doing on? What you doing on
Person, I
fourth?
think I think it's all the cats. I have a camera in my living room, so at night when I look at it, you could see my dog and my two cats' eyes just staring at the camera because I'm moving it. It has like a light when I move it, and they're all just on the couch, just staring at the light. Just see these like glowing things. I think that's all animals' eyes.
No, dogs' eyes don't look like that.
Yeah,
My
they do
dog-
sometimes.
My dog does. My dog and my cats, I can see them. I wish I could post a picture of it.
No, like I get demonic spirits from cats. I'm like, I don't know, bro.
It's the reflection of the light.
I know, bro. It could be pitch dark and cats be staring at me, and I see it clear as day. Like jump out of bed, out of a cat. It don't matter, bro.
You
Get
know
away
that.
from me.
So in Haitian culture, we do not. Yeah, we call cats lugao.
Lugo, what's that?
Lugao. That's like it's like a evil monster. Like
Oh
yeah, they got the eyes. Yeah, nah.
no, they're little cute, fluffy little things.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
I'm good.
We don't.
I mean,
see
some
too
of
many
them
cats in the night.
are like if they're mean and they're like, oh, like my fiance's old cat was a demon. That cat was mean. That cat cornered my German Shepherd, and my German Shepherd was hiding behind us, scared of it, because that cat was trying to attack her.
All right,
Like,
so we about to get to busy.
Yeah, this conversation is about to be.
I was just thinking about because I'm trying to get off this thing by 8 o'clock. So Robbie, I think we last left with Robbie, and then we're gonna get Izzy then Yana in.
Sure. You want me to answer?
The first one. Yeah, how you feel about that?
You got it. Are men more introverted and women more extroverted? I think in mass, women are more extroverted because I think women are more likely to talk to like random people. I'm sure there's cases where men do the same, but in mass, yeah, I would say probably women. I think they're more likely to fucking send long ass paragraphs, more likely to like talk on a phone all day and shit like that, more likely to just have a lot of friends and shit or meet a lot of people all the time. In general.
just kind of like right now, how my fiance is sitting next to me, and I'm over here conversating with strangers. Kind of like that, and he's just on the sideline listening.
Yeah. Well, he's the version of you online, but he just does that in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my answer. Unless you want me to go run through, I could be brief. But I know you don't like.
Yeah, we just on the first one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was about to give you the rapid fire, the 2-minute approach, but Rachel, I can't keep myself limited to 2 minutes. Again,
I
said I gotta get it.
Yeah. Anyways,
on your daily heartbeats.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. What you got? Izzy? Then I wanted to say mine after that.
Are men more introverted than women? I think it just depends on the person and their personality. Honestly, I don't think it's men or women. I think it's the person, the type of person that you are. Some women are shy, some men are shy, some women are really out there, some men are really out there. It just depends on your personality, honestly.
Okay. And then my answer, I guess, because everybody went already. Oh no, Yana. There we go. Then I go.
I mean, I agree. Like, it depends on the person. I feel like I'm pretty outgoing. I say my boyfriend's pretty outgoing. He's quiet, but he's not. Like, it just really depends on his mood for the day. He can only talk to me for the day, but then he could be in the mall trying to embarrass me and poke me, and he'll start yelling. Like, I don't know. It really depends. But I think I go for more quiet people when I date because I know I'm so extroverted. So we kind of have to balance. So, you don't want someone that's always hype or someone that's always mute.
I just love how y'all use y'all examples limited to just y'all partner and not the masses. But hey, we rock it. All right, so I'm gonna say I believe. All right, I do believe men are more introverted, and the reason why I say women more extroverted because like even like the simple dates, right? I think women more want to get out the house and all that stuff, and men want to they quick to Netflix and chill. That's what they rather do. They be smooth with just that. That's one thing. Also, dang, I'm trying to do this without mixing in the first prompt. So the first prompt gonna kind of mix in with this first question too. But yeah, I believe like a lot of men will be cool with just just chilling at the crib and being on the game all day, and women they when we gonna go out, when we gonna do this or something like that, or they feel feel kind of trapped and all that stuff for the most part. Yeah, so I would say the majority of men, yeah, I would say that they more introverted. That's the reason why these women so mad at men's playing 2K all day, stuff like that. 'Cause they're not getting out. We're not going out like we used to and all this other stuff. So yeah. All right.
You know what I just thought about?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think more men are introverted because you are? I just thought
I
about
think you're
like,
using yourself as an example now. Like you say, we're using our relationships as an example. You're
like
using
how many people do you see that's like?
If you go look on social media, these things are they literally, like I mentioned before, you'll see women complaining about. We just had a video, a topic about that about women just getting when you hear their video game, they get mad at that. That's a sign of that's one example. So that couldn't just be me. Then also, um, I mean, shoot, I even got people in my peoples myself. My friends, most of them just good at staying in the house and stuff.
Hey, you know what? Another factor is the age. Like depending how old you are, obviously our younger, well, I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm 30. So when I was younger, I obviously would want to go out more. And when I was younger, I was dating someone around my age. So it's like, yeah, we're always out. But now that I'm 30, my fiance's 35, and I mean, we're both homebodies. We're not like how we were 4 years ago when we were out and about. Now we would rather come home and just hang out at home and with our pets. So I guess age is another factor as
Yeah,
well.
and then the other, yeah, I feel you on. And then another thing is like even when men go out to search for women, they only really go out because they trying to get women home. That's all that really is. They really don't care about socializing and trying to get to know them. And I don't even believe most men are people person. Even hearing Izzy, that was like that's kind of rare that a man is all like that because if you just see if you see like even now like you would barely like even probably see. Oh, never mind. I don't gonna say that though. But yeah, I would say yeah, off of not just me. It's I've been seen it plenty of times. That's what my perspective kind of come from, and then also just looking at, like I said, seeing so many memes about my man won't get off the game and all this other stuff and throwing a PlayStation away and all that stuff because they don't spend time with them and all this other stuff. I know that's nothing new. I wasn't the only person that did that. So yeah.
Yeah, but there's a limit to everything. Like if they're playing video games literally, say on a Saturday the entire day, yeah, it gets frustrating. I mean, it's like, dude, get off the game and like, because obviously when they're playing video games,
I know I ain't thought.
not
Yeah,
a, I'm not a gamer at
I
all.
heard it plenty
So
of times. That's why I say women try to force themselves to play the game, but majority of the
no,
time. But this gonna kind of tie to the first prompt though. Reason why I all would more than agree that men are more introverted because I notice how women operate versus men when it comes to certain things. That's why.
But introvert. I mean, it has to do with how they express themselves. Like, their internal monologue, I guess you would say. It's not like, okay, just because somebody likes to go out, I don't think that makes them, I don't think that's the thing that makes them extroverted. It's because they like to they like to socialize and express themselves. Like I think men do still like to socialize. That's the thing I'm getting at. Is like, although like, okay, so you're playing the game, you're still socializing with your other friends. Like y'all kikiing, yeah, like exactly. Like an introverted person is more shy and like to themselves inwardly, but just because you stay in the house, it doesn't mean you're not a social person, if that makes sense.
But who do you think's more likely to talk the whole time at like a salon, like when men get their hair cut?
It's so much, man.
But the barbers, when
at the
the men go
barbershop,
to the barber
everyone's
shop, they talk the
talking.
whole. They know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You know,
loud in there.
I think it's about interest. Like, that's what I'm trying to say is that See, it's kind of difficult. Go ahead, Robbie. Because even an introvert can become extroverted with the right person
In the right situation.
in the right situation.
Tell me to go ahead and you keep talking, Shine. Come on,
I
Shine.
believe it's a personality. I don't believe that. But go ahead.
Nah, she told me to go, and then when she was like,
Yeah,
"Nah,
my bad.
keep your turn. I'm gonna go."
That was real
Nah,
extroverted.
nah. That was my only. My bad. That was my only question I wanted to ask you. Just like when we getting our hair done or our hair cut, like who do you think's more likely to be a yapper the whole fucking time? I think women. I mean, yeah, men be yapping too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Men be yapping too, but like I don't know, man. I think like yeah, more likely to like really know your beautician personally type shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
No, usually, honestly, I have never walked into a barbershop where everyone's not talking. Like, they're all talking. Usually, sometimes when I go get my hair done, I'm just quiet, just on my phone and kind of bored because it's a long process. I'm not conversating. And then my eyelash guy, he's a guy, and he's talking to me the whole time. And I'm like, I just want to like close my eyes and take a little nap. But he's just talking. And I guess he's gay, so I guess
Does
that count?
Yeah.
Does that count as a men?
Well, no. Well, my question to you. So you might be like quiet and reserved, but what do you observe in mass? Like when you go there, what about the other women? Like, are they like in mass? Do you think they're like talkative?
No, yeah. Like sometimes it depends, honestly, if I know the person very well. If it's my first time and I don't know them, but I mean my hairstylist, I've known her for a few years. So yeah, when I go see her like every 6 months, we kind of catch up. Versus men, they go get their haircuts like every 3 weeks or whatever. And they're always like yapping away and it's always loud in there. Like everyone's talking.
Yeah, I like I said, I think just like I like how official said, I do believe women. There's so many things I got to prove like women they way more expressive than men. I mean, they always just want to be heard. It's so many things. Like dudes really would stay to themselves if they could, But I do want to tie that to this person so I can really talk about my point on this first prompt though. This gonna really kind of prove what I mean about the introverted. But
I believe you're right.
I
was just being a menace.
At the end of the day, I think it's honestly all based on personality.
Oh no, we about to get to this now.
Personality and the situation you're in. I feel like that's it. Depending on the type of person you are, because there might be a person that's just extremely quiet. They'll talk to you on social media, but in person, they're just like stare or like not say a word. And I think that's more because, I'm talking about a very, very introverted, shy person. They'll just kind of say like one-worded, like ending sentences and just like not trying to engage. So it all depends on personality at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I also look at it that the reason why you can tell the difference is that one enjoys. I believe one of them it's like they gotta go out their way to I guess like conversate or whatever. Like they do it because they around people and all that stuff, but then at the same time they don't care to do it. And then the other one is like they feel uncomfortable if they don't say that too much to around people. It be too quiet and they like, they like, man, I need to talk to somebody. So it's like one of them uncomfortable saying stuff and one of them is uncomfortable not saying nothing. That's how I kind of view that. That's how you can know who really more kind of introverted and extroverted, I would say, though. But both of them may do the same thing, though. But I just look at it that some of them would deal without saying nothing to somebody and feel good about it. One of them can't, feel weird and uncomfortable if they don't say nothing to nobody, that they got to get it out. That's how I kind of view that in a way.
No, and you know what? It depends at what extent people are extroverted, just because, I'm going to give a personal example. With my work, I'm very, very introverted. I have a coworker, she's new and she's extremely, extremely extroverted. She told my boss that she looked like the boss from The Devil Wears Prada, and she told the general manager that she's Oliver Godmother. And I was like, what in the world? And then this girl, we were like interviewing her, and mind you, with work, yeah, I'm very reserved and very quiet. And at work, she's like, "Oh my God, Izzy, you are so pretty. How did you get the job of being an underwriter?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" Like, what? And she's just staring at me she asked me in front of everyone. So I'm like put on the spot, and I'm kind of like embarrassed a little bit because it's like not even just because of the question she asked me, but just because she put me on the spot. And I was like, there's a place and a time for everything to be a certain way. And I feel like, I mean, what do y'all think? I felt like that was so
I was gonna say I was gonna use my I use a personal too since it's personal, all right. I would say like with me, right? You would think that I would be I guess extroverted, right? Because I go to the work and I go out, say hi and all that other stuff. And then go back to that what I was talking about earlier, right? But I'm cool if nobody say anything. I wouldn't feel away because I me myself, I be there so focused on doing my job, I would literally not say something nothing to nobody the whole day. But when I do speak, it's just to kind of make sure people smiling and stuff, just to caring about because the people around me and stuff, just to make sure they enjoy the day, make sure to make my job easier. You know what I'm saying? Just to spread that energy. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you don't say nothing to me, I'm just gonna focus on my work and stay. I'm not gonna feel a certain way because I'm not speaking to nobody. I'm about to say, let me get this job and when I talk to people, I tell them like, shoot, I'm just trying to make this money and go for real. I'm not gonna feel like I'm missing nothing or whatever, because that's what it is. Even though they may think I would be extroverted because I do speak. I mean, especially if we talk about something, I might speak out, speak on things, or if I get passionate about something, we happen to talk about something, or we talk about a job, or I might crack jokes and all the other stuff or whatever. But otherwise, I'm good if I don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? So that was my personal.
That's why I say there's a time and a place for everything. And
But I'm more introverted than anything, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm more introverted because I'm not uncomfortable when I don't say nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll say I think that we all still, you introverts more so seek deep relationships. You know what I'm saying? Although you don't care if you talk to somebody, some time will pass where you will want to talk to somebody, and the person that you will want to talk to is the person that is closest to you, that has the deepest connection to you.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Word.
You talking about like a friend or something like that? Or
Because you were saying that basically like you don't have to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, it's never really tested, right? You just don't have to talk to anybody for a long time. But see, you go to work, you don't got to talk to anybody, it don't matter. But you come home and you do talk to people.
Yeah, of course around the world we gonna talk. Yeah, we gonna talk regardless. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you still crave that socialization.
No, that's all about. I'm glad you said that word. That's why I said it's not a crave. That's the thing. I don't crave.
But you wouldn't know because every day you still do it.
I know. I'm 100% sure. I know I don't crave it because I would, and I was just that's why. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and answer the first one, right? Because I would be good if I was to play a one player game, right? I would just sit there and as long as if I occupy myself or whatever, I'd be good. I don't have to talk to nobody. Like even with my friends, they be trying to get in parties and stuff. I don't even feel like talking to them sometimes. They be trying to go in there and what's up with that. I really I don't know. It's like something in me that I'd be like, I'd rather play the game. I get the competition and all that stuff, but I don't care to have a conversation. Every now and then we might talk about, but if they're not talking about nothing worth it, I'm good. I don't go out my way to talk to them. We got to be talking about something.
That's where I go back to the depth of it. That's what you value.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm good. If we don't have to, that's what I'm saying. So that makes me. That's what I'm saying. I'm more introverted because I'm not with my friends. I mean, I'm just saying in general, right? Just to be like, I need to talk to you because because okay, it go back to we're gonna do the topic then. Because I do believe like men are into things and women are more into people. And I really don't. It's like even when some men connected, like when me and my friend connected, it was off a video game. It might have been work. It might have been something that was like our hobby, but it wasn't about the socializing part. It was more of the connection of, hey, we both like to do these things. Let's play the game. Let's do the, every now and then we may socialize or whatever because we just boys. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the socializing part that we crave it. It's more of the, us having fun, stuff like
Yeah,
that or
you're
whatever.
still getting that is an aspect of socializing. I think we're confused. We're just thinking that you have to talk like to socialize.
Yeah, but I'll be good off a one player game also. That's what I'm saying. It's
I
just
know, but
about
the thing,
entertaining myself. I don't have to talk to nobody.
right?
I'm not a
But
people person. I put it that way.
what I'm saying is, you'll be good until a certain time. Like you're not gonna go your whole life and not. You get what I'm saying? Like
Of course.
extroverts, yeah, extroverts, our time for us to be good with it is shorter, but it doesn't mean that we cannot, like, you get what I'm saying? Like it makes it sound like introverts can go without it
At
whatsoever.
a bigger amount, yes, a bigger
Yes,
amount. Like just
we're
like
all the
there.
same.
Yeah, but it's all about the what you crave. Like it sounds like a White Castles thing. So most of the time, extrovert crave talking to people. And every now and then may stay in the house to take a break. May take time to themselves every now and then to so they replenish off people and stuff, and then go back to self or whatever. Not man, but introverts may replenish off of staying to themselves, and then every now and then they might go out on one, a day and be back homesick again, ready to go back home in a matter of seconds, stuff like that.
Yes, but we still both crave it. It's the frequency that we
I
crave.
don't. Yeah, I wouldn't say crave though. We do it, but I wouldn't say crave though, because one of them is more interested and one of them is less likely to be interested. But I don't know. Whatever. I do believe they both different. It's no way extroverts and introverts would be the same way because they label that way for a reason.
I said the crave. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, who just got? Go ahead, Bert. Then it's crash after that. You
My
there,
bad.
Bert?
Yeah. Which ones are we doing?
We on the first one. Are men more introverted and women more extroverted?
I don't think so. Well, maybe women are more extroverted. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's not 50-50 on that. To be honest with you, is that a good answer?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it might be 50-50 on that, or I'm not sure. Whichever. All right,
Okay.
that's it. That's all I got for
Bert,
now.
I think we've agreed that it depends on personality. Most
course
of
We
it.
ain't done yet. We ain't done. We gonna leave it
Most
open.
of
Yeah,
it. Most of it depends
we're
on
not
personality.
arguing that.
You trying to get him to cover up to your side, man? No, we ain't doing that yet.
Right, because Kev does not
Bert, do
agree.
you think it depends on personality?
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah, see? Another
Of
one.
course, it is a personality. We know that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Introverted extrovert is a personality.
No, but
no,
I
their
said men or
personality trait.
women. It's like it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It depends on your
I
personality.
can feel that though. I'm just saying all I'm saying is the question is more of like what do you may see more of on between men and women. But that's why I want to hurry up and get to this first prompt. We gonna get to that.
Yeah,
We gonna get
I'm
to
gonna
that.
mute it.
All right, Crash, what you got for me? And then we gonna go right to this first prompt then.
Um, I see more of men being introverted and more women being extroverted.
Why you say?
Me personally, I don't like niggas. I don't like people. If you ain't already in my friends, if you ain't, I don't do friends. I prefer to stay my ass in the house by myself,
I hear that a lot though.
chilling. And that's how normal people are. People who like to talk to people and go out are always weird. It never fails. 100% of the time. Always weirdo. If I notice you have a whole bunch of friends and you keep adding to the list, yeah, you're weird.
I know who you are. I
didn't,
heard your voice before. You that one young nigga that used to be in my room before. I know your voice.
if we didn't grow up together, you are not my homie and never will be.
I mean,
If
I
we ain't
straight
coming
remember
from
this
where
guy.
you from, I don't mean no with.
just because you talk to a stranger doesn't mean they have to be your friend. You just
Hold
conversate.
up, man. You're not about to keep on persuading people that
The fuck is you talking to strangers in real life for? Like, nigga, you weird. That's weird.
That's what we're all doing right now.
Nigga, the internet don't count. I'm talking about I'm talking
Okay,
about
real quick.
real life.
let's pick and choose.
Like, do you go up and to random people and be
Yeah,
like, "What up?"
yeah, I remember that nigga. He ain't
Well, I
nah.
mean, yeah, if I'm walking down the street
I
and
thought I
someone
blocked his other page though, because I know what he tend to do. He'll
Right.
start off all cool, and then later he gonna start. That's why his name Crash Out. But his name was something else. He this one young nigga. He this
That
one nigga.
motherfucker over
He
here doing the same thing every day.
yeah he act real tough and be trying to. I straight up remember his. I'm like I know his voice though. I could have sworn I blocked his other page because he was about to turn up now. Just a quick second, like
Man, like go to the bar. Your turn up gonna be real fast because it's gonna be some cool ass people at the bar.
He doesn't have a good personality. I'm good.
all right, so let's get it. Let's get to this. Let's get to the juicy one I wanted to get to though. That it's kind of tied to the first one. So official, we gonna start with you and then go up and end it with my baby. Um, uh, women are more into people. Men are more into things. Do you agree with this statement?
Yeah. I think I would say that simply based on the jobs that we pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think women are super happier in places where it's like, a lot of human interaction and shit like that. Men don't mind being in the back of a warehouse with little to no interaction in general. Especially if it's high paying, like we justify that in a second. Like, what, 50 an hour? You know what I'm saying? I think women are more likely to be like, yeah, 50 an hour, but no social interaction and no this and no. It's like, fuck all that. Did you hear the 50 an hour part? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I would base what I'm saying simply on the jobs that we pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause yeah, like women are more likely to be around like groups of people that they pick nursing and shit like that, daycare centers. You know what I mean? Like men don't be wanting to work at no fucking daycare center. You know what I mean? Like in general, they like random kids.
Right.
They like random kids way more than men do. We tend to like what our own, like, you know what I mean? I think that's why women are more likely to like
Ouch.
why that's why they're more willing to be a stepmom, and they can't understand like, oh, what's the problem? It's like you don't see the problem because you love random children. That's why you wouldn't mind being a stepmom. But yeah, so it's a different paradigm there. But I don't know, that's not the subject, but just yeah. So yeah, just based on where we work, I would say.
It's plenty. We about to get juicy on this one. All right.
Yeah,
I'm alternate to do man, woman, man, woman. Let's do that. So Izzy, then I'm gonna do Millie, then I'm gonna do Alter, then we do Bert, then end it with my baby, and then me. What you got? What you got, Izzy?
I agree. Women are definitely more into people, and men are more into things. I mean, I feel like men have a lot of hobbies, like whether it's golf, watching basketball, watching a game on TV, or whatever. I'd rather be with my girlfriends. Like when we have our little shindigs at my place, like I'm with my girlfriends, just talking, having some wine, and then the guys are literally just sitting on the couch, drinking and watching golf or watching a game or something or boxing or whatever it is. And it's like they just rather watch something than talk to anybody. So it's kind of like we separate ourselves from what they like. Or sometimes my fiance goes with his dad to go play golf, and then I go with his mom and we go get our nails done, and they're like super into like doing something, and we're like, well, we're just getting a fill. So yeah, I agree with that one. Women are definitely more into people and men are more into things.
Okay. Twin, come up. You about to be at the Millie. She got doing something, got booted up. Millie, what you got for me, brother?
I think women are into things because I mean, like the biggest things, like wig things, eyelash things, nail things. So like all of those are things, and that's probably gonna be at the top of everybody's list from what it seems. So yeah, I think women are big into things. Hey man, we like things too. Like, yeah, we like our games. We like trucks and our four wheelers and stuff, and things we call toys. But yeah, I still think it's the same both sides.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, you balanced again. Okay. All right. I guess
First,
yeah, it's on you.
yeah. I think people are into whatever they can manipulate. Men are good at manipulating things, so we're into things. Women are good at manipulating people, so they're into people.
Why you put it that way? That sounds funny. That just sounds like
But think about it. Think
that's
about it
true.
though. I didn't lie.
I know. That's why I said it is. That's crazy. You put it that way. That opened my eyes even wider. That's crazy. Crazy. Oh my. What you got, twin? We back. It's okay. Twin, you ain't have to explain it. I know you got life you got to deal with. Hopefully, you all right.
You said women are that one right there. The women are more into
Yeah.
okay. Women are more into people. Men are more into things. I was looking at that. Do you agree with this? See, the only if I think about, I don't think I can say that because and maybe I'm traumatized by people on TikTok. I don't know. But I think when it comes sometimes with women, like if you don't have anything and they're not interested in you, so I can't really say. And I'm not even TikTok. That's just growing up. Like if you don't offer anything, then you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Then you can't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have anything. They're not really going for you.
Well, you
But I
coming
do
from a
think
relationship thing? I get you though. I guess I was looking at a hobby wise type thing. But go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah,
women are more into
I like that
people.
one.
But yeah, that's how I look at that. Like, just face value, seeing that question or that statement. But if we're talking about just overall, I would say I don't know. I think we like things. I think we women like things. Men like things too, though. Like y'all, you have big gadgets, little things that y'all into. Um, I don't know. Don't know. I don't really know. I was about to now we're saying that. I think that's kind of it. Just kind of mixed. That's a kind of mixed concept because they're men can be more into. I mean, I guess when it comes like we like spaces and places, we can hang out with people more. Like I said, it kind of goes with the. It kind of goes with the. What am I saying?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. What you got, babe?
Okay. So I do believe that women are into things, but the things that they're into um entice or require people. You get what I'm saying? So like doing outgoing things, there's people out there. So because they're used to socializing, it just would appear that way, more so than a man. But I do think men are also into things. And I do believe they are into people, but they're into their people. Like I'm telling you, have you seen boys hanging out? They love hanging out with their boys.
Hey, what's that girl?
Yeah, exactly. They're into people
Wow.
who understand them. You know what I'm saying? People who they can be deep with or whatever. But I do believe that men are into people. They're just into certain people. It's like having a niche. Okay. Um
Hey, Ray,
and yes.
what you said was interesting, right? Do you think men are into people just to like capitalize on what you said? Men are into people that are into them, and women are into people that are useful to them.
Dang, why you trying to turn this on the
It's
women?
really just
Wait,
it's
that,
really just a question.
Wait,
It's just a
okay.
question.
Okay. Men men okay, say that again. Men are into
Men,
people.
men are into people that are into them or that they're into, and women are into people that are useful to them. Because I see women with other women that they don't even like. So why are they there?
100%, 100%.
Mm. Yeah,
Because women
because
usually don't.
because they are into the things that they are doing, right?
They
More
must
than
be
the
useful.
people.
They must be useful then.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Not
Yeah,
Well,
let
I
me
think
let me say
it's
this though. This was crazy because how you gonna say somebody lying when he actually asked a question? That's crazy. That's how I know y'all. See,
He
anyway,
be a
my
true
bitch.
boy. Twin don't be having it, boy. He like, I seen it down. I ignored it. I told you she my she the other side of the twin. But
I saw it. I wanted a woman to defend me. I saw it.
mm,
You got
That's
the twin gonna do
I gotta
that.
ask if you don't mind if I could ask Rachel real quick. Maybe proof that men are into things is because like they care about money so much more, and money's like a thing. And then women don't really seem to have that obsession about. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can't say that right because nowadays ladies get into the bag too. But what do you think about that though?
See,
About the
that's
whole
the
money.
thing. That's what I was saying is like they're both into people and things, but just in different ways, right? So you said that men are into yeah,
Money.
no, I do agree. The men are into money because I mean they need it to be into I don't know. Yes, men are into money. Women
I
are
think
into money too.
of course,
But the
but
thing is,
but I like how Bert
hold
said
on.
that.
Women
oh my bad.
rely on men to get them the money. So they don't have to be that into the money, if that makes sense.
Oh
some
yeah.
women rely into men
It
and get the
it
money.
go back to what Bert
Well,
said. I like how Bert kind of summed up what my whole meaning was though. That hit the I think that hit the nail, and that's probably what I couldn't think about, but he brung it out. So I noticed, right, that what he said is basically like with the men that do socialize or that are into people, it's because they into them or they either into them. So it's like more of a okay, this is my boy, whatever the situation is, and then the woman is like it don't matter who, as long as they can social and get some use out of them, they can vent to somebody or whatever it is. They like they just want to conversate with them, or they just want because they love that attention, they love that valid, they love anything that they can. I don't know, it's just. But and I also wanted to say my answer though, like what official said. I like what he said too. Uh, is that like you can tell by the jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like they love most girls be having them customer service jobs. They love talking on the phone and how you doing and all this other stuff or whatever. Then, but some of them can't handle it at the same time too. I'll just be getting into it with the
yeah.
restaurant women. But
Yeah, because
yeah,
like men are more likely to be like a drone operator, a fucking pilot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, construction, whatever make money. That
Like,
they can. It's about that. It's
oh,
not about the
yeah.
environment and all that stuff. It's about
Computer software, right? Computer
Well,
software
I
tech.
guess I can give my 2 cents because
Right.
I'm the opposite. I'm an underwriter, so I work from home and I don't talk to nobody, and I like it that way.
That's why I love when you use your personals all the time. Yeah,
Well, I mean, because that's the only example I have.
you
I
the
don't
outlier. I'm
I
just gonna
know
say
other
you the
people
outlier, just to
that.
sum it up, because you most definitely you and your husband like the whole opposite of the thing. I noticed that though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
meant
why I
this
said I
one.
can't give my 2 cents because we're the opposite of.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
no, no.
noticed
He's,
that
he's not
too.
I'll
saying
say
that.
this though, as I got older, I don't be like I don't want to work with other people because it's just too much. But I like working with young people,
But
But huh?
that surprises me because you're like
Young
hella
people
patient.
because they look
Just
up
like
to
he
you and
said,
they expect
you wouldn't see a man at a daycare that much. You'll see more women there,
that.
so they not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was just saying like with I think the age thing does kind of matter. But overall, yes, baby, you're right.
I can see what you saying with the yeah, because when you grow a lot, or experience right through your experience, you like I ain't trying
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
all
kind of become over
But
people, but I think men already get that from the beginning
that.
because they have to there's so much that they have to deal with and have to do that they don't have time to focus on relationships with people.
Oh yeah, like how you said that. Right. Yeah. I get you because they like more about business. That's why you see them doing like some dudes be happy with tools. They get a tool or something like that. They like, "Ooh, what can I build up?"
like,
They're standing the
like,
thing all
like,
day trying to build
yeah,
something.
Shit,
yeah.
y'all need to
Plus, like,
talk to my man and tell him to pick up a tool.
little boys, they be taking shit apart, and putting it back together, like televisions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around, you see your 9-year-old taking the TV apart. It's like, little motherfucker, what you doing, son? He's like, I want to see how it works and put the mechanics and put the shit back together. And like, not that females can't do that, but I don't know. I think men are way more interested in how shit works. Want to fucking decompartmentalize every fucking thing, you know?
Yeah.
For
Hey,
some reason.
Priscilla.
Yep. Look at that. We two aligned, man. We both think the same thing. I told you this my baby.
No.
Wait, but Rachel, I'm surprised you like. So you don't like people like that? Because like you got high patience. So I would think that
So
yeah.
yeah, I love people, but as I got older, it's not like I want to work with them because it so it takes because like in the work field there's a lot of manipulation, there's a lot of gaslighting. Yeah, there's a lot of politics. So when I say I would be okay having a job like right now, I would love to be a remote therapist. You get what I'm saying? That's one-on-one. I still love people. I just as I got older, I don't need so many people around me because it's so easy for them to take advantage of me and my the fact that I am understanding. Not everybody is deserving of that understanding.
Got you. So you like people, you don't like the games they play.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that was a good way to put it. Yeah.
Hey guys,
I
can
got
I
the
speak?
restriction again. I don't even care no more now. This young people, I don't get why TikTok doing this to me. So I thought it was gonna be because look, we didn't even put down them emoji things. And I just got
Yeah.
frustrated. So I was just trying to see so we can go all out there. And if you want to throw them emojis, let's go. Go ahead, Priscilla.
Hi. Okay. So I don't want to come in hot like I did yesterday. I don't know what you guys were discussing prior. Just know what I heard. I actually happen to work in the hospitality industry. And it's a job that my personality actually does not align with at all. I'm a very introverted person. I don't like a lot of attention. I don't think that, people want to hear what I have to say. I come from a somewhat abusive household, and not physically, it was emotionally. And I feel like that runs real deep. So, like, you question yourself with like speaking and stuff like that. So I never would have thought working in a restaurant, I would have ever wanted to work front of house. I think my first restaurant, I went in for a dishwasher position. I did amazing at it, and per that recommendation, I got a hostess position. Even with I don't know if y'all can see me, but I have a full neck tat, I have a full chest tattoo, and I'm very tall. I'm 5'9". I'm somewhat of a intimidating figure to other people. I don't think that I come across that way, but this is what I've heard. And I got my first hospitality position that way because the interviewer told me verbatim, like, you're bubbly. Like, I like you. People are gonna like you. And I'm just like, me? Like, so it's very hard to do that for me in my personal life. Just talk to people. That's honestly why I hopped on the live yesterday. I'm like, y'all can't see me. I don't have to be as shy as I normally am. I can just talk. And I've become kind of good at that through that job. Like, so it's not what I would choose for my personal life because I normally don't talk to people like this freely. Like I said, because of my background, my familial upbringing, if you will. But yeah, you can compartmentalize, I guess, and I think it's an amazing job. It's an amazing opportunity. It made me learn a lot about myself.
Okay. All right. So because I'm in business today, because I only got an hour with you guys. I said I was going to do a short live today.
Sorry for rambling.
Yeah. Then to throw this in real quick, because we're gonna be back to a different platform tomorrow. I want y'all to. I think it's better for my baby to do it. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, thank you, Boo. You guys can follow me on Fanbase. Fanbase is a Black-owned app. On Fanbase, I host lives. I have 2 camps. The first camp is called Bridging the Gap, where we try to bridge the communication gap between men and women. We talk about communication skills. And then I have a second camp called Everything Black, where we talk about all things that affect the Black community. And yeah, I'm putting in the thank you, baby, for that. So Kev and I, we host over there. If you guys are interested in going over there and having more conversations.
I want to just keep up with it though. It's just different environment, still like the same conversation. What they say, thought provoking, and kind of So y'all like it over there because it's just as good as over here.
I'll check it out. Can you do it? Does it support Android though?
Yeah. Why you gonna do us
Definitely.
like that, man? Don't do us like that. What pandemic can do?
Hey, listen, I just had to ask. But Rachel said something interesting, man. That's a good name, man. Kevin I is a good name. Kevin I.
And
Kevin
Kevin,
I.
might be the
No,
name of
Kevin
our
I.
baby. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So,
all one word. Kevin I. Yeah,
Have an eye.
good word. Good name.
Kevin, that might be the name of the whole podcast that we going.
Well, I just wanted to say, Priscilla 5'9", good for you. I'm 5'4", and I wish I was taller.
My whole life I've just heard, "Oh, you're too tall." Like, I'm skinny, I'm dark skinned, I'm black. Like, that's all I've heard all
Girl,
my
I
life.
honestly
Like, so I've always tried to shrink myself, but yeah.
no. Today when I went to church, I wore
Not you
these
taking
high
your own
heels,
knees out.
and I was like, I wish I was taller, so I didn't, because my feet hurt. And I'm like, girl, 5'9". I'm jealous because I'm kind of little, and my fiance's 6'4", and I'm like, and his mom is like 5'9", and I'm like, oh
Oh,
my
your
god,
baby
that,
might be, that might be an in between. You might have a baby that towers over you. That's so funny. That's what I do to my mom. I put my chin on her head all the
Look
time.
how
She hates it.
extroverted y'all
good for
being.
you, girl,
They're
good
so
for you.
extroverted.
Just know that little girls wish you were that tall.
Wow. All right, let's get to this. We're gonna get to this, so we gotta get these last two in. So this is gonna be one that I know is gonna take a minute. Let's start. I know I'll be biased because I be wanting my baby to go. I love hearing her voice, but I'm gonna let her go first this time.
Which question?
What makes
A person clingy?
Yeah.
And could that be it's definitely an insecurity. Oh my goodness. Yes. If you are clingy, and that maybe that's what my baby's trying to get to. A lot of times the people who are extroverted and feel like they can't live without other people, they may have a bit of a codependency and a clinginess to them, right? So someone that is clingy really doesn't know much about themselves. They rely on other people to define them, to make them happy. It's definitely an insecurity. I don't have much to say about that.
Man, I told you, she is so smart. She read the reasons why I put it. Even the second one, I just added that one. I only had the clean. You just knew what I was getting. That was crazy. I like that. And I was like, I got to make it fair. So I had to put the what make a person addicted to. That's why I put that on there. Now you read that. That was, y'all smart, my boy. You see that one? All right. Priscilla, what you got next?
For that same question.
Yeah, what makes a person clingy? And then, so give like an example of what make a person clingy, or the people might not be aware of. And then, could it be an insecurity?
Well, I will say that I think being clingy is most definitely signs of insecurity, even if it's not as serious as maybe stepping into codependency, because that's something that a lot of people don't know about being codependent. They're in a relationship they think is fine and it's codependent, but I think if you care more about being around somebody than your own space at every interval of your life, that's that's definitely an insecurity within yourself. Not whatever partner you're with, it's going to happen no matter whatever situation you're in.
Okay. I'm glad that she stuck around, man.
Oh, thank
I
you.
was being mean to her yesterday, but she's actually cool.
It's okay.
See, my baby over there teaching me patience with people, and I'm actually running to some cool people. All right.
There you go.
But Bert, what you got for me, my brother?
Yeah. So here's a question first. What's the difference between clinging and stalking? What's the difference?
Who we
I
want
mean,
that?
there's a
No.
big difference.
It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical.
Oh, okay.
Stalking is an action. Oh God, that's for Kev, right?
Yeah, it's rhetorical. It's rhetorical.
Oh.
Fact.
I still feel like clingy and codependency is the same thing. That's why I'm trying to look, but I'll put some definitions in there.
You might be right, but fundamentally, I'm not sure what the difference is between clinging to someone and stalking them. Like fundamentally, and I know we want to say that I know we want to say that it's insecurity, and maybe it is, right? But it could also be the highest form of love, the highest form of no, well, it could be. What's
No.
well? Let me finish my. What is wrong with you?
I'm so sorry. You're right. I'm so sorry, sir.
I know I'm right. Why are you unmuted though? That's the real question. All right, let me be cool. No, so maybe stalking and clinging is the highest form of flattery. Like, what is more flattering than having a stalker? What's
Somebody,
more flattering than that?
Can I answer now?
Yeah, I'm done.
I've had a stalker. A stalker has no boundaries. It's a mental illness. I've had somebody knock on my mother's door. This is years after we've been together. I've had somebody ruin a job for me. They came to my house and said that I assaulted them while I was at work. There's proof that I was at work. I haven't been with this person for years. I got my apartment taken. That stalking is different, and you don't know it whether you're in it. So from the outside looking in, it could look romantic. It could, because this person is devoted to only you, even if they're mentally askew. But it can get scary. Your family members can be involved. They can kill your pets. Like, stalkers are unwell. Like, it's not
Yeah,
something you want.
it's
Like,
like a stalker is uninvited. Clinginess is obviously someone that you're with, but a stalker is like something you don't want, unwelcome
yeah.
type of
I
thing.
don't think either one of them are welcome. I think I'm right that they're very similar. Neither one of them is welcome.
Well, they're similar in a very basic way, like, but stalking is scary.
Yeah.
Like,
Clinging.
stalking is like
I've had people.
unsolicited advice type thing we was talking about yesterday.
Listen,
That's what stalking.
I've had people be clingy with me, and being clinginess is scary too. So, like, don't think it's just when someone is clinging to you like that. That's also scary.
maybe the situations
That's
that you're
cute.
dubbing as clinging were stalking, and you didn't realize that was the term for it. But if somebody's doing something to you unwanted, and you vocalize that that's not something that you wanted, and they continue to do it, like they've never heard you bucking against it before, that's stalking. Like, that's
Then
scary.
that proves Bert's point.
I'm not disagreeing with you on stalking. I'm saying I don't know of anybody who welcomes someone being clinginess by definition is unwanted. I would think.
I would
Yeah, I
say,
would.
okay, look, I'll say this. My husband is sitting right next to me. And before we got together, I was very, I pursued him for a period of time. We went through something with a mutual friend. We took a little hiatus. He did not want it. I did. When I came back, I told him, I'm like, if we're going to be in this together, I'm a very clingy person. He did not believe me, and now I damn near live in his skin. He's sitting right next to me right now.
Wow,
Like,
you a proud clingy
I'm a
person.
clingy
Kev,
person.
so,
I don't
Kev,
think
Kev.
that counts as stalking. That's why
It's,
maybe I'm
it's,
taking it
it's okay.
personally.
Kev,
But
I
Yeah,
got
I
you. I
agree
got
with
you.
you, Sarah.
Kev.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
what might be happening is women are more likely to be clingy, therefore they're defending it, but they're
yes, I
less
was
likely
gonna
to be
say
stalked.
maybe
Oh,
that's
God.
why.
Mhm.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. Let me get to the punchline. But men are more likely to be stalkers, so that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, for some
yeah.
reason,
Let me say this though. I would say the difference, right? The difference is a lot of time we entertain a clingy person because we don't want to hurt their feelings. But the stalker is one that we kind of try to run away from. We try to stay away from or whatever. And so
Sometimes.
both, huh?
Sometimes, probably not all the time though. I think women welcome stalkers sometimes if they
no,
like.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't think women welcome stalkers
It's
at
only stalking if you
all.
don't like them. How about that? It's
Yes,
only stalking if
that's
you
what
don't
They're
Kev's
like them.
trying to
stalking you.
say.
They're stalking you for a
That's
reason.
insane.
That's what Kev's
That's
trying to
absolutely
say, though.
insane.
They're stalking you because you don't
Yeah,
want
it's
them
never okay to
anymore.
stalk somebody. Like, just follow them down the
Yeah,
street. Man, there's nothing
No,
cool
I
yeah,
about that.
never
that's
said it was
scary.
okay. Listen critically. I never said it was okay.
True.
Bert, are you stalking somebody?
Wow.
Oh Lord,
He's okay with it. You better hope he don't like you.
Uh-uh.
he's
You
Hey,
can't
I
stalk
live
me
in
because my
Texas, so no
injunction
one's
to
welcome
stalking,
to
Oh
me.
no, you really
my
messed up.
injunction to stalking
You
you,
know
I'm
I will
exactly
just
where to
kill
come
you.
to.
listen.
Oh
I'm just trying to
no.
get y'all to think. I don't have an
right.
opinion one way or the other. I'm just trying to get you to think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like Kevin Burt made a good point. It's like, okay, would we be calling this person a stalker if we actually liked them? And
Mm-hmm.
we wanted
No.
and we allowed him to give us all that attention and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
I think if we looked up what a stalker is, it's something that's unwanted, something that we're trying to
Yeah,
get
that's
away
what we're saying. It's only that's what I'm saying. It's unwanted because you don't want the person. Like you don't
Yeah.
want that attention from them. You don't like them.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm
Ain't that all in
following
your
the
business?
order and
You trying
doing
to mind
whatever
your
I'm supposed
business?
Yeah, and that's why I said like with the clinginess, that's more of when a person may be interested in a person, but they just afraid to not basically let them know like, man, you're not giving me my space and all that stuff. But they like it's like I don't know. The other one is like they entertain it more. They entertain it more because they may love this person or they look at it as that, but then at the same time it can get irritating later. Like, dang, I'm trying to work out. Why you still, you
Kev, the
Why are you
irony is
standing outside
every
watching me?
so Kev, the irony is every woman that's ever been clingy with me, and there's been a few of them, they also stalked me. They also Googled me and like wrote. They were also stalking me. Like they're the
Yeah, but
same
they
thing.
they
Clingy people
stalked
stalk
you.
all the damn time.
They stalked you after the fact. Like they were clingy when they probably weren't, but then they started stalking you after you were like, "No, I don't want this." Then
What's the
that's
difference
stalking.
from stalking and trying to like get Carfax on a person? I put it in there.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the same thing. Trying to get records on somebody and then stalking them and following them around. That's weird. Like,
The
no.
thing, they don't have to follow you around if you're with them.
No, that's a clingy person, and the
Yes,
stalker.
that's literally what we're trying to say. You don't realize they still stalkers. They're potential stalkers who you are okay with because
Future
you like
stalkers.
them.
I can see that. I can see that.
That's wild because she telling the truth. They do stalk you when it's over.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
when
can
it's
see that.
over.
So we went through all of that just to say Bert's right.
True, 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 true.
Women do that. I didn't say dude. I don't think it's cool for anybody to do it.
Some
They
guys
do it,
do
but I
that.
don't think
Guys
it's
do
okay.
that too.
Yeah. But yeah, anybody got more examples? Fisher, you got some? Or to anybody? How y'all feel about?
Did everybody answer that question?
I don't think they
I
did.
don't
That's
think
what.
so.
We all kind of just got into it.
Yeah, right.
You need to be bringing me some
We
money
got
if you
into it
stalking me
with you,
somewhere. That don't make
Izzy.
sense.
Not me.
Well, she the first one unmuted like the last few times. I
I
started believing she the
you be the
extrovert. She
one.
most definitely the extrovert, boy. I was like, no.
Talking about,
I know my fiance's over here.
Ain't no
No,
way. You came
what you
all the
get?
way over here.
What you
I'm
got,
sorry.
Rob?
We're on clingy, right?
Yeah.
Insecurity. What makes
Yep.
a person clingy? Yeah, when you start behaving like someone's your oxygen and shit like that, that's too much, man.
Ooh.
You're the air that I breathe, and you're the ground that I walk on. Whatever poetic shit people be trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, that's a bit much, and I don't know, like it gets unhealthy when you like people more than you should, or love them more than you should, and you know that when it starts destabilizing your life because they become your every thought, you forget about your goals and stuff, and God forbid if they leave or pass away, now you don't eat, can't think, you don't shower, like that's when it's like, yeah, I say that's clingy, you know what I mean?
Who don't shower?
You said what?
Who don't shower?
I was talking hypothetically.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm saying if someone damages you so much that you feel like when they leave, you can't be a functioning adult anymore, like not eating, not
I
your
like that.
job.
You kind of
You know
stole
what I'm
my
saying?
answer. I was about to say in a minute too.
oh, you get
Yeah,
depressed.
These
yeah.
are them. Yeah, them be the ones that you what they say, you complete me people.
Oh, that's them fatal attractions. You know what I mean?
You're the
Hmm.
drug and I'm addicted type of thing.
Thank you.
You ever use that saying, Izzy, you complete me? Did your man complete you?
Could that be?
No.
Man, you lucky. I shouldn't have talked junk about it. I should have set you up first and then. Like,
Why do I feel like she said something else similar?
right. I
No,
feel
I
like,
said y'all gave me an idea. I'm about to start stalking my husband, my fiance, because I have nothing better to do. No, I'm just kidding.
And then you said,
I,
could that be an insecurity? Yeah, like it's just when it's overbearing and stuff. What makes a person clingy? Okay, I tell you a quick story and then I'll mute up. Like, yeah. So I remember I was door dashing. I'm on the 16th floor. Like project building and stuff. I didn't explain to the person I was on the phone with. This was about like 3 months ago. I didn't explain that me being on the elevator was going to make the phone call cut off. And I called her back when I delivered the order. Got back downstairs, called her back, and she was like, as soon as we got on the phone, oh my god, like you hung up. Did I say something wrong? Is it me? And it's like I don't want to have to I don't want to reaffirm you constantly and prove to you that it's not you. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like why is your mind going there? Why are you assuming that it's like, and it was my fault for not communicating that the elevator cut the signal and not me. But she just automatically assumed that it was her words that ended the phone call, like so self-conscious and stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then yeah, it could get into a situation where she's like, what do you say? Like just always trying to like over explain shit and stuff like that, and to keep the relationship stable, like in fear that they might leave, and trying to like just so desperate to frame it a certain way. Basically, if you're not cool, if you don't learn how to be cool with people leaving and understand that that's part of life, there's people whose energy I thoroughly enjoyed and we don't talk no more, and there's people that like who I really love and it's been years and we're still friends, but people go, people come, people go. You just got to get used to that, and yeah, it's like I give you an example, like with real quick, like I know like sometimes our own family don't support our dreams and stuff like that, and then random people on Facebook and TikTok, like they believe in you so much, and you're like, yo, my own mother doesn't give a fuck, and people on TikTok do. Why? Like, I don't know, but you can't choose who your cheerleaders are. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's gonna cheer for you, that's your cheerleading squad, but you can't assign that role to people. Like whoever gonna be there is whoever gonna be there. So it turns into clinginess and insecurity when you have this like inability to just let the chips fall where they may, and knowing that you don't control the process. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got free will. They're going to do as they please. Some go, some leave. When you're fully accepting of that, and when you practice like radical like, acceptance, these things won't bother you no more. You know what I mean? So yeah.
We getting somewhere.
Robbie, can I ask what your sign is? I'm just curious.
I think what the
Yeah, see how that works.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got
don't answer it.
nah.
Don't answer it.
he's supposed to know it.
Yeah, I got Pisces, February 24th.
I knew it. Okay, cool. They're right.
I was gonna say Virgo.
I knew it was Pisces.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
get
knew
my
it.
baby riled up. Y'all
That's my
mute up.
question now.
Go ahead, bro.
Y'all are so unruly. Here's a question. You're cute though. Here's a question. Does having a clinger / stalker validate us as being high value?
No.
I would hope not. I would hope not. Stalking situations are real.
That's like
I
getting
seen some low value people get stalked.
right. That's like getting excited when a degenerate person likes you. It's like okay,
Yeah, that's different. Like,
I missed the question. Sorry.
Why is that?
Right, well, I did miss the question too.
What provokes a person to stalk somebody?
Let me ask it again.
it's
Yeah,
psychosis. Like, you're a really different type of person.
Hold up, y'all.
That's
Y'all
what
don't
I
know.
love.
Y'all can't hear something. I'm trying to get this question out.
Still, we're gonna get this. All right. Does having a clinger / stalker, a clinger or a stalker, validate us as being high value?
I would hope not.
Value to the clinger.
Anyone that says yes
hope not.
has a problem.
Like, I would hope not.
I think another insecure person will feel validated.
Nah, if you've been in a stalking situation, no matter how minor, it's really fucking sick. Like, I've met, my mother, my biological mother is schizophrenic and narcissistic. I've met a lot of people who are like what you would term batshit crazy.
That's not the question,
That
though.
is
We
something
know
I
it's
will
sick.
never understand. That's your
We know.
obsession, your willingness to put your life into somebody else, get caught no matter live or die. Like, they will be in your house over your kids and know they will get shot by the cops and not care. Like, stalking is different. It encompasses too much.
We all know stalking and clinging is not good behavior. That's not the question. It's not the question. Like,
You said
does
this
it
make you feel you like make you feel like a high value person. Would you feel like a high value person if
I
like
think
Freddie
this
kids were
is
broke in your house?
a one-word answer. And then
Like, no. I said I would
Yeah,
hope
but
not.
there is something to be said that it could make somebody believe that they are special and so unique that this person wants to get closer to them that bad that they're willing to risk everything.
That person would also have to have some sort of mental break. It doesn't have to be severe, but that's not the type of
Yes,
Nobody wants that.
We
Like,
know that. We're just saying it could appear to someone that there's something unique about them that would make someone risk everything
well,
to
that's
get closer
correct.
to them.
Yes, yeah, but like
Yeah, so that's just
I would
what
say more
Bert.
DV. No, like that's like that when
What?
people say I don't understand why people
Yo,
say it's DV
I mean,
situation.
What?
Rachel, please.
No, Priscilla, I really am. I'm
I'm
really
trying to
am
understand.
trying to I really am trying to understand.
Like I was just speaking, and if it's that problematic, I won't.
No, no, no. That's the thing. It's not problematic. I'm just trying to understand if you understood really what the question was and how someone could arrive to that assumption or
I felt like I said a few times. I understand. I was just saying that would be an unfortunate situation.
oh
Like
yeah, we know that one. Yeah, we don't. And you know what, Priscilla, sorry that that happened to you, because that's no laughing matter. That's probably something that was very traumatic for you. So um yeah, somebody.
Thanks,
All
Rachel.
right.
For
I think
clarifying.
I seen Twin unmuted a couple times, and then get Millie, and then did Izzy ever? No, Izzy the one I turned so many times. He probably already done went. Twin, where you at? Oh, my triplet coming up.
He's hiding from her.
Don't call
He's
me out
hiding
like
from
that.
her.
My fiance was just laughing at me right now when you
Okay,
said
my bad.
so many times.
Sorry. So I don't even know what. Oh, she actually, I guess she likes us today because I was like, that's crazy. Um,
Yeah, that's my
stop,
new homie.
women.
That's my new friend.
Right. I
Cheater.
don't even know who that is. Women are
stop.
diverse.
You know what?
Lele.
Now
Ooh.
you gonna drop
Not
me in
the
a minute.
sisters up here fighting.
Don't. Look.
You better hold on, bro. She knows something about to come up.
Mhm. I came up. Hi. He got up, everybody.
Lele.
Hey.
Not Lele. It's crazy.
Lele.
Lele.
So yeah. What makes a person clingy, and could that be an insecurity? That's my mind. Makes a person clingy. Just like it is, it's excessive. Clingy is excessiveness. Uh, overly like you can't do anything by yourself. You're very needy. Um, but yeah, and could that be insecurity? Of course, it can be insecurity because some people like I'll be on his head, I'll be on her head because this happened to me before. Anybody gonna step out on me no more, or whatever case is, or I don't know where you at, so I just want to make. As long as I know where you are, I'm good. So yes, it can definitely have a sense of insecurity for sure. That's the short answer. But yeah, clinginess can definitely be like a sense of needy. You're very needy. Is over excessive. Um, you know, affections, all that kind of stuff. So, yep. So I think though, and
So,
that's
what's the difference? You made me think of a question. I feel like Burton. What's the difference from checking on you and checking you?
wait, what? Checking on you and checking you?
Yeah, because I was thinking about when you said that people they go out to see where you at and all this other stuff, and then also I look at it in another way where some people do want to check on a person and see if they all right or something. So yeah, what's the difference? Checking on
Oh
you.
well, I mean, seeing about you. Um, yeah, if you're saying about like, oh, just make sure you're good. Okay, that's different. Versus like, oh, well, just stay on the phone with me. Like, why you ain't gotta go? You gotta go now? Well, I know you with your friends, but oh my God, you can't. So you can just come. Well, call me back when you get a minute. Well, call me back when you with your friends when you sitting down. You know, something like that. Or you at your mama's house. How long you gonna be able to eat? Like just like that. That's the difference. Like nagging, kind of clinky, naggy is kind of the same thing. So, yeah. And that could, like I said, it'd be cute to some people in the beginning, and then afterwards, like, hey, why you ain't over? Why you not? Why you still gone? So you got to catch that. Ladies, honestly, I feel like miss that a lot, but then also men do. So I think that's just a person thing. You got to know the difference of like somebody who genuinely enjoys your space and somebody who genuinely um have an insecurity.
Are those the main ones that accuse people of cheating?
The ones that are people that are clingy.
Yep.
Um, let's see. Probably that. I think they could be like that. Ones who say things like that. Yeah, they're
Oh,
overly
if I
clingy.
could,
But
my
go ahead.
bad. Like, now I want you to finish your thought. I was going to ask you a question to see how you categorize something, but I don't want to interrupt your thought. My bad. I already did, but hopefully you still remember what you was going to say.
You're fine. You're fine. But no, no. I'm just trying to think of how he's saying that, what that looks like. I was just thinking about that. But no, you can ask me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, going through somebody's phone, is that clingy or is that insecure? Or do you think that's both?
No, going through somebody's phone has nothing to do with clinginess. Let me tell you, so the difference of to me, clinginess is the desire, obsessiveness, the neediness of wanting to be around you, be under you, be in your skin, where you are, no matter where you're going. There is no you time, me time. It's a we time, right? That's clingy. Um,
Going through
but
your
I
going
phone.
through
believe
your
it's both.
phone,
Oh,
I think is but again, we're trying to say it's clingy insecurity.
Insecure.
So I guess I get why you're asking that question because it kind of goes together. Are you insecure? Because it can come with insecurity. So
yeah. I think it's
that's
both.
interesting.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I think it
both.
could
What the
be.
official said. Yeah.
I don't think
Well, I
I
don't
really
know.
care if my girl was clingy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what all that entails, but I would. I don't think I
You
I
don't
care.
know
don't
what
want.
it all entails, but you want it.
I don't want
Yeah.
that for
No,
me.
I didn't say I wanted. I didn't say I wanted. I said
Oh,
I don't think
You
I
said
would
you don't
care.
care. Then you
you
did
said
say
you
you
wouldn't
don't care.
mind.
I think
Yeah.
I
What's the
think
difference if you don't mind and you want? I was like,
I think somebody who checks the phone, they don't necessarily have to be clingy. They could just be someone
right,
that's controlling. Like
right.
they just have to control whatever you
Or
have
they're
going
insecure
on.
though, right?
Because
Is
I
that
know a lot. Yeah, they're insecure. They're definitely insecure.
is
But
that a person where you got to text back every 1 minute or something?
no, that would be a clingy person to me. If you got to text them back all the time because they need the constant validation that you still love them.
Well, I be busy, so
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Right. You shouldn't have to.
But I'm a
For,
texter though. Like I love texting, but sometimes I just be busy and I can't. And I love it.
for some odd reason, I just believe that they both tied. Though I believe a really clingy person, like how she said, controlling. They controlling too. I think they insecure, controlling. They always want to know what's the deal. Oh, did I say insecure? Yeah, yeah. So I think clingy have all that in it. Because they want to always know where they person at all time. What is they doing? And they just can't let this person get they. So overall, I would just say that I guess I'm answering my question in a minute anyway. This is like they don't have that space to let this person breathe and do their own thing. It's like feel like they are that person and all that stuff. Like, what are you doing? And even if they don't do it that way, it's just always, they use. I think like just using a person as a hobby, right? They have no other hobbies. It's just them and that, and always
Everything about you.
everything is that. So I think like even what my baby was saying that yes they can be. I believe they're controlling too. They can be controlling too. Where you at? What you doing? And let me check your phone and all that stuff. I still think that's a form of clinginess. In my book, I would still say that. I think a clingy person do all those things.
Yeah, that is wild. Cause what you looking for? You looking for some happy pictures or something?
Ha!
Hey, baby, you remember that girl, that lady that was all about her husband?
Yeah, clingy.
Her identity was just her husband, and her value was her husband.
Then
Yeah, that's clingy.
that's clingy, most definitely. Insecure, all that's like really is the yes. I
And she
think
talked about her insecurities too with it.
we about to get to it, right? And then her comeback was her husband.
Yeah, the
But
fact
she
that
also
she.
was a feminist too, though. But whatever.
Oh no, that's a different one. That's a different one.
No, it
Oh,
was
that's
her
the same
too.
one. It
It
was
was
her.
her. She said she used to be a feminist, and then until she met her husband.
What? No, I thought we were
Yes,
talking
that's
about
why I
the
said she was
atheist.
wild.
I
I
thought
was
we were
like,
talking about the atheist.
the atheist.
It is
Yes,
an
all
atheist.
three,
It is
Oh.
her. Is it all three?
all three of them are her.
All three of them.
Y'all
That's
That
don't
funny.
bring
nigga
her.
kind of
Y'all don't talk
feminist.
her up on this good Easter
No,
Sunday.
for
She been
real,
popping
okay?
up in here. Right. Oh yeah, she ain't
You got
supposed to be
to
in
get
here.
blocked today. No, I'm playing.
She an atheist. She an atheist, so she ain't gotta worry about this. This is an Easter one.
She was like, "Why do you guys think that he
Child,
got
she
up?
probably
Why do
went
you
to
guys
church
think
because
that?
it's tradition.
Why
Right,
do you
it's
think he got up?
tradition.
He didn't really get up though. We
Her
go to church
asshole.
together as a family.
I don't even know the full story behind Easter tradition.
I get married at a church about God because it's tradition, even though I don't believe
That's crazy.
it.
I
Yeah.
almost got converted today to an Israelite. Just let y'all know. That's
Stop playing with
interesting.
me.
Who you?
I did. And they almost got me. Y'all. Almost got
I'm
me.
gonna get in the car.
They do talk
I
real
will drive
smooth.
the hours I need to
Well, let's
drive
talk
just to
about
pluck
that.
you.
How 2020?
How did that happen?
I want
Well,
to see
first,
you. I mean, I'm
On
good
this
on
good
getting converted.
resurrection
If it makes
Sunday.
sense to me, I'll get converted. It don't matter to me.
First, this man said it don't matter to me.
This don't
And
matter to
don't.
me.
If it
It's
makes sense,
crazy.
I'm only believing in what I believe in because it makes sense. That's all it is. That's real talk. Cause
Nah, but
I'm very open minded.
it's the thing though. Okay, I was just saying that to make Lala pass out, but
Oh
You know
wow.
um,
she
but no,
stressing you the heck out.
but but no, like so when he was talking. That's the thing. He was talking about like how the Israelites, he's like when it was COVID time, I started reading my Bible and I was a Christian 14 years and I turned into and he said, I don't call myself he says what he said. I'm not he said I'm an Israelite, but I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, although I am a Hebrew. I said, you better get
Oh
the heck
my
off this line.
god.
I am
Man,
sick of
they really
him.
Wow.
I
are.
said, wait, what? Like really? He
What
said,
are
Who's
so
you
all
I
three?
talking about?
he's like, so
All three.
don't be thinking that. Oh, I'm gonna start using it. Yo, okay, now you gotta write that down, Ken. Write that down with
Let's
somebody
go. This
else.
is my
Say
Don't
new
think
all
favorite.
it.
All
three.
He
three.
said,
All
don't think.
three.
Don't think too much. Don't think about it too
Don't
much.
think
Just
too
say,
much
okay.
about that. Like I said, wait a minute, did I hear that right? And then he's like, "Cause I don't need y'all to try to cover, try to act like we this and this with it. Oh, you just don't like the whole which what it makes you
Israelites
be
are
like.
still. Yeah, when I listen to them, they just not claiming it. They still Christians. You know what I'm saying? The Christian
Well,
is just meaning just to follow after. If you, as long as you read the Bible, the whole goal is to be a Christian. You
but
know what I'm
this is
saying?
the thing
Because,
though.
huh?
But this is the thing. Not all. So a lot of Hebrew Israelites don't even acknowledge Christ. That's one thing. Yeah,
Okay,
some don't even
but they read
acknowledge
the
Christ.
Bible though. That makes no sense.
Yeah, no,
So
we know.
because you
That's what
got
we
some people,
saying.
right? Because some, well, the thing is, some of them completely deny the New Testament
The New
completely,
Testament.
and then you have some
Oh, I got you.
they're only in Old Testament, they're only in Old Covenant, they're only in the laws that they also don't keep. But
True,
whatever. That's another question.
true,
That's
true.
another conversation.
What
But
what he claimed was wild though, because I heard my mama's black, my dad's black, but I'm Asian. That's what
that
he
I
claimed.
Oh
was
wow.
I'm like, what do you mean? You're saying the same thing, but okay, if that makes it sound better. But no, so he was like, well, I was a Christian for this many years and things like that, and I realized in the Bible they was talking about us. Do you not think Christians don't know that? What are you talking? You know, I can't stand you right now because what he was trying to say is like we're like them. But I didn't want to go into the whole
Hmm.
genetic issue. I got to like how do you whatever. But the thing is,
Why? It's
although
fun.
that
Oh,
although that is true, which people that read the Bible know that it's not
yeah.
shocking. So how you being a Christian 14 years and don't understand that they're talking about a certain group, yes.
Yes, the Israel.
However, we can't deny the aspect of that. Although yes, he came back for his sheep and all those different things, the lost sheep, all kinds like that. But it's still an open door because y'all was trifling most of the time.
Literally.
The door is open now for anyone who has a mind and a heart to follow Christ. That's what you
Yeah,
miss, but that's the
yeah,
problem with that. So it's like, yeah, you're
yeah,
right, but you missed that part. That's all like that.
Nah,
But
they
I didn't.
believe you got like the one West theology. They believe that all Caucasian people will be enslaved. They're slaves in heaven.
Yep, I've
Like
heard
you
that.
got a lot going on up under that
I heard a different
Israelite
story
belt.
about
That
Easter
Bible don't
too.
say anything about revenge. They try to make it be like
Yeah, they do.
they Americanize it. They just trying to put it in a way because we went. Oh, they claim we went through some stuff. And they like, nah, God gonna set us up so we can get our get back. Like, no, I ain't no way
Yeah.
God work like that. Come
You can
on.
see it's
All right,
an
for real,
identity
for real.
issue.
What?
Hmm?
No, because I heard a different story about Easter too though, and it was like it was some dude he used kids. blood to paint the eggs.
Oh my.
That's a story I've heard.
Better watch what you say on here though, because they might hit. You don't want to get caught on
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
that's why resurrection and Easter are two totally different things. We honestly shouldn't
True.
mix it. Resurrection has nothing to do with eggs and bunnies. That's just a fact, right?
True.
So
I
when
like that.
Easter, yeah, the Easter's origin, it can be what it is. Resurrection is completely different. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
I
gonna
just want to
start
add that.
focusing on that too, though. 'Cause I gotta watch. I mean, yeah, I just wanna. It's the
Right.
condition day, so I
Resurrection
gotta start calling
Sunday.
it a resurrection day instead of. Yeah, you right about that because it don't
Right.
have. Yes, yeah, that's that conditioning for you. Yeah, because somebody said that earlier. I think my mom. I think my mama was it Rachel? I don't know who was I talking to earlier. I was basically saying, when they said Happy Easter or Happy Resurrection Day, I said, yeah, Happy Easter. Oh, that might be my mama. And I said both of them together. I like, dang, now you got me thinking about it like that. I do need to focus on saying Resurrection Day. You know, make that a.
Yeah, because the whole point, right, is to focus on the fact that
Yeah,
you
it was.
gotta.
It
Oh,
was you, babe.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was me.
okay, my bad, my bad. So
Stop.
No,
I was
it
just
might
talking.
it
I
might
talked
have
to.
been your
I talked
mama
to both of you.
too. It might
It's
have been
probably
the
both.
same
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I said. I was talking to both of y'all today. So yeah,
You said
Mm-hmm.
one of y'all important women. I don't know which one. One of y'all.
Money on
one of them
important
important
women.
women, right?
One of y'all important women.
Mm-hmm.
But
But I know you
that's
didn't
just
get on here and
interesting.
you just made the Lord mad. You got on here talking about I almost became a Hebrew Israel. I almost cut the whole internet off.
I said, you
I
know what?
don't think
Maybe
nothing
I
wrong
need
with
to
that as
do
long as they
better.
follow Christ. As long as they follow Christ, I don't think nothing wrong
I
with
think
that.
that's I think that's something you pick up in
Because
prison.
Christians got a horrible outlook too. Just like so, I don't want to demonize Israelites either though. It's just both of them.
Okay.
You know, it just depend on the intent or what their purpose is or what they're doing though. So I don't think either one is a bad name. You know what I'm saying?
I I would just say anything that is not like biblical is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, it's like you can call yourself whatever you want to call. You know what I'm saying? You can be the headless horseman if that's what you like. But just if you're speaking about Bible, let it be Bible
Let it
and
be the
not your
Bible.
tradition. And that's kind of why I think when it comes to where we have felt as a church and Christianity wise, is because we have entangled customs, traditions, and all these different things, pagan, whatever, and we have combined it all together, and that is a problem, right? It should be resurrection. It should not be no Easter at all. We shouldn't be saying Happy Easter. We shouldn't be saying like that's just what it is. Like when we think about traditions, like what we have followed, I can understand that. Like, man, we've been, been doing these traditions, and we had. But if you think about it, biblically, it didn't say to do that. So it's not as if like,
Right.
oh,
It's just
we've
not
been tricked. We've been
related.
tricked this whole time. It's like, no, you just ain't read your Bible,
And
right?
I
And
can
we
get
just
why we
followed
don't supposed to
along.
celebrate our birthday either. Like I can get all that though, because it's like
Yeah,
I was thinking about that. Like, man, you are supposed to give like your praise to
it's an
God that you
anniversary.
made it to. It's not about your or
Exactly.
you day. You know what I'm saying? That's come with pride. You know, birthday is a lot of pride behind birthday. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like it's my day,
It's
celebrate me and all this stuff. I made it. No, you need to thank God you made it. You know, I was
right.
thinking
That's
about
why
that
every
today with
day.
my
Yeah,
birthday.
thank you.
I was like, dang, it's so much stuff I'm waking up on.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Revaluations is crazy.
Yeah, that's why.
I think everybody
That's
should. Yeah. The Book of Revelations because I read it, and honestly, when I was reading it,
yeah, it's
it
scary.
scared
Buddy,
me.
Kamara. Unless if you a
I was
believer
like,
and all that, you ain't got to worry for real. I don't be scared of they saying rapture and all that stuff. I be, I'm
yeah,
good.
that's
God,
true.
I know God got me.
Yeah,
He ain't,
because
whatever I gotta go through, I'm gonna go through. And my heart is.
yeah, but it is scary though. I gotta admit.
Yep.
But yeah, you right
My
about that
mama,
too though. So
my
yeah,
mama, I ain't gonna lie,
you
she do
really
that
ain't
when I
got
feel like
nothing
she
to
gonna
worry
pop in here,
about.
but she be doing that to me. I'm like, Mom, it's nothing for me to worry about. You know, God, you don't want him to catch you at the wrong time, and I'm like, man, I'm good, Mom. I don't have none. I'm not about to fear and be scared. At the end of the day, I know I'm with God.
At the wrong time, when she busting in your room at the wrong
Right.
time.
You
What
don't
that
want to
supposed to
get
mean?
caught
Right.
kissing
You know,
or
they be
get
like,
caught fornicating or something.
Detroit, they be like, make sure your pants is on when the Lord comes. You
It's
don't want the
right,
pants to be
exactly.
off.
It's not what it means. I was watching this movie because I was bored. I'm sorry, Father.
Y'all gotta
You
you
and that
gotta
Peter
make
going
people
to hell.
realize. Well, he never. The thing is, he never left you to begin with. So the whole time he was doing what you was doing, he was present. So there's not like a moment.
That don't sound right. And I
It's
mean,
true.
in a way, if you put it in that way, it just don't sound. I
It's
get you, though,
true.
but
He's
hey,
present.
you're to tear something up, and I don't want to
Yeah,
put it that way.
I know.
That's why he said, "Don't defile your body and all that."
Uh huh.
Yeah, man. He probably shake his head, the whole time while you doing it. Yeah, just nasty. What the heck are you doing? You done got something on yourself, you nasty.
I heard that TV. Turn it back
Right,
on.
don't turn it down. Explode in the Lord. Don't explode it. So all right.
Come on, Kev. Come on. What's wrong with you? It's crazy. Fearing God is in the Bible 365 times, one for each day. Amen.
What does say? Fear not is the is. What say?
Yeah,
Fear not what?
it tells you like not to fear in different scriptures in the Bible, but I don't think it means it's not equating that with fear. That's the thing. People think fear of the Lord means this is the same thing as fear of hell. That's not the same
Yeah, that's
thing.
why I said I know there's a lot of people fear hell more than God.
That's
You
where
know
he
what I'm saying?
work
I'm
at.
like the only reason why y'all doing it because y'all scared of going to hell. That's not that's not for God. You know what I'm saying? You should love God. You know, it ain't
Yeah,
about
let me reword that.
I'm gonna
I
go to
wasn't
hell
scared,
if I do this and all that stuff.
but
But I mean, if that's what it got to take with some people, I guess because God
Some
knows how
people,
we
I
are.
guess, to take that. I don't know.
But they gotta feel like they're going to hell. To hey, you know what?
it's
Because at one point God made it. He made it to where we had to obey Him. But I'm pretty sure He want us to be able to genuinely want to do it. You know what I'm
And give
saying? Want to love,
grace.
not forced to love. You know what I'm saying? But He had to do that
Mhm.
because we know not what we do.
Hello. He said, "Hell is made up. It's for the devil and his angels. How is made up and it's for the devil and his angels? Is it
I
made up?
yeah, I was about to say no. I do agree with that last part, but people don't like to hear that one though. Because when I did a lot of my reading, yeah, it do say like
What is it?
it says workers of
He
iniquity
was
and
saying,
the devils and his angels. Yes.
The lake
she
of
was saying,
fire, not separation. Separation is for whoever doesn't accept Christ.
Yeah.
well, it's
Yeah.
scary for sure.
Blasphemy. You mean blasphemy of the well, I guess
Holy
yeah.
Spirit. Well, because it's really like the
Because at
idea
one point
It's
he
is
let the
forgiving
devil
one.
come out the
the
ground.
bigger idea is the separation. This is like you tell you is the separation, eternal separation from God.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, y'all don't know a life without him. I'll tell you that.
And I think you said ones that don't believe or the ones that deny him.
Deny him.
Okay. And that's why I say I think that's what made me think on like with people that don't know, that really don't know, that didn't have the chance to deny him. Them the ones I feel like he gonna give grace to. I don't know, but I'm
In
just saying the fact.
Romans 8, it lets you know that people who don't obviously learn of Christ ever
Yeah.
in life, that they are judged by the law that God's written on their heart. So they're
Mm-hmm.
judged based on how they live their life according to God's law that's already in them. So yes, you're right. They're judged on that, not on whether they need Christ or not.
Yeah, yep.
Period. Their internal morality
Yep.
that
He gonna
y'all
come
all
back and get
have.
all the
Except for
yep.
Americans.
He gonna come back and get all the good people. And then he gonna let all kind of plagues loose on the earth. And then he gonna let the devil out. And then it's gonna be a warden. He's just gonna
Listen,
beat the devil
look,
up and
you
then
came to pick me
he's just
up
gonna go
before
back
they do
again.
that.
He
You
can go
gotta
back
come pick
again.
me up first. That's what I'm worried about. Come pick me up. You
Well, if you good, yeah, that's
Some of
what
y'all
Well, the
ain't
Jesus
gonna
devil,
get
coming to
picked
get.
up because y'all wake up too late. Y'all surprised. Y'all
yeah,
ain't at the bus
man.
station.
He better get me.
I'll
He
pick
better.
the
I
the
be. I
train.
be
the
sleeping. I don't
devil
even
not on
care.
earth,
I don't even care.
Yeah.
is he?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, Satan and his demons,
Is he what?
it
I
says
thought they were.
Satan was
Yeah,
going
he's
Sure,
a
to
you
big
you can go
serpent.
confirm.
you
It's
go
gonna be a
outside
big,
and see me
huge
on there.
dragon. And then
Honey.
and then you got like another dragon
Oh,
who's
you
gonna let
talk
all kind
about
of
the
stuff
demons
loose.
and stuff that's going. You talking about like when the rapture come and
In
all that stuff?
Revelations, in the
Yeah,
book of
yeah, I get you.
Revelations, when God started letting off the seven horns and letting
Yeah, I
plagues
get you. I
loose
get you.
and
Yeah, yeah,
demons.
Here's
Nah, for
Hmm.
real.
angry
It's in
God
the
and
book of
jealous God
Revelations.
are
Read
not
it.
God's not
It's
God are
scary.
God's not God. Girl.
yeah. Huh?
He's just gonna beat the devil. He's just letting the devil loose on all the bad people he
You
leave.
know,
You
right
know,
now we're
he gonna
living
beat
out
them up
under what
and put them away
oh
again.
sorry.
Angry God or wait, angry God and jealous
See?
But all his good people gonna be gone
God
with him already.
Kev,
are.
It's just gonna be
please.
the bad people.
Oh my! I'm trying to. God's not God, not made up in existence, but
The good people gonna be
What
in
y'all talking
the
about?
golden
We are in
walls.
The
purgatory.
comments.
I see.
Some.
We are in
Purgatory, that's the
purgatory.
oh, say
That's
we
Catholic
in
what
thing.
it
purgatory.
says.
We are in
Lucifer.
purgatory.
It's
No,
true. Purgatory is a
we
Catholic
Angry
thing.
God
we
and
gonna
jealous God are gods, not God.
Yeah,
What
purgatory ain't
the
gonna
heck?
be this
yeah, he
easy,
in the
Y'all
man.
ground.
go
He down
school.
there.
Some
God
people
gonna let
feel
him
like
out in
they
the
living
end.
in heaven. We can't say that though. We be trying to. No, you gonna feel purgatory. you're gonna know when it's there. People just
Purgatory is the in between. By definition, purgatory is the in between time, waiting, the waiting
Not the
place.
Catholics. Okay.
that's just like what people think. Heaven and paradise is the same thing. Those two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I'll just say read your Bible. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm sick of it.
It's very interesting. I love my verses.
You make your own heaven or hell. Yeah, we gonna wish it was that easy.
You make your own heaven or
All you
hell.
gotta do is get your Bible app, turn your daily verses on, and send you a daily verse every day to
True.
read.
Everybody that say they make their own this and that, ain't none of y'all sitting at home chilling. I'm sick of y'all. Cause ain't none of y'all really want to go ahead and do this. Stop playing. Y'all always got somebody to answer
I'm at
to. I
work.
don't understand that.
If we do that, it's nothing to look forward to. Then, if that's the case, we just live in this and then it be done.
What that mean?
What trips me out is like it's one thing if you're wrong, but you're still alive to correct yourself. But if you eternally wrong, bro, you wrong forever.
Mm, mm.
You
Oh yeah,
I need to
for
make that
sure.
a shirt.
That's why people
I
have people
told
that
Right.
you
don't
when
say
he got that
eternally.
finger on his
Like,
chin, it's over. He gonna come
come
on.
on,
Right, you still got that finger on the
eternally.
chin. He said,
That be eating people from the inside,
Yeah.
He
man.
said,
Cause yo,
working.
like eternity is like a coin flip. It's like a 50-50. And if that don't scare nobody, because people be 100% sure they're right, it's like, yo, but I don't know. I treat everything like it's 50-50 and shit. It might not be on my side. It might be on the
Hey,
opposing
this
side.
why I know about the finger on the chin move. Go ahead and look at the thing.
Pontificating.
Yeah,
There we go. That's gonna be a shirt.
I know about it.
Wrong. It's one thing to be wrong on earth and think you can make it
And be
right. It's another to be
eternally
eternally
wrong.
wrong.
Woo, I'll
Yo,
tell you
She
that.
had
Lala,
to,
go make that
she
shirt,
had to,
please. Thanks.
she
Wrong
had to
forever.
put that boy
Yeah, because
down.
people make mistakes. People make mistakes, and I guess could be
But that's
wrong.
the next
So yeah,
yo,
there's
next
another
question I
case
wanted
in
to
the
ask
same.
y'all, right? Like in terms of religion.
Unless they just know they're wrong, and
You
No,
know,
no, there are some people that just don't care. They say they will literally tell me like, and I'm okay with it if I go to HE double hockey six. I'm okay with it. I'm like, all right, well then live your
Yeah.
life. Why are you talking to me about it? If you
yep.
don't care.
But some people just do
Or
wrong.
some
So
people just be hurt. They may say that stuff, but might have a change of heart later down the line. That's why I don't charge them all the way. But I can feel
I
you
think
on
the only
some of
reason
it.
they say it is because they're hurt and they want
It
you to
hurt
because they
me.
respond
together.
to
Yep.
it. And
Yep.
I'm like, I'm not
They
listen,
want
if
to
that if you want to have a real conversation, that's one thing. We're not doing whatever that is.
Yep.
yeah, don't be throwing blows at me. I'm happy and trying to help and heal over here. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
no, that ain't gonna work.
They'll be like,
No.
we've come across lives where they're like, I, do XYZ, am I getting into heaven? And they already know that like Christians can't answer that for them. They already know that. So they just are like church hurt or just
What
really want to
happened to the
rebel against God.
baby, the
Yeah.
innocent baby?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're just like, sir or madam, please relax.
Oh,
I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
I
You
wanted to
can't.
ask y'all, like when it comes to religion or whatever y'all believe in faith wise, how do you take what's real to you and like make it real to somebody else? Like, oh, what's the process?
I don't. I can't make anything real to anybody
I
else. Like you,
I try to use
Unless you're convincing,
yeah
you gotta be
or
convinced.
just get them to be aware, like because all of us go through almost the same thing. So you just use real life. That's why I used to not use. I mean, I used to use the Bible as a thing to go to a lot to try to prove my point, and I realized everybody don't believe it. So I had to use examples that may relate to them, so they can kind of understand. So I would use, whatever it is. I'll be like, hold up, I know you experienced this before, and this is what usually happens when you say. Then they understand from that way.
Right. Right. Because like I be seeing it's an echo by the way. I don't know if y'all hear it. It's like it's not that bad, but
I hear it.
yeah. Is it me? Let me mute up. Hold on.
I think it's Millie. It's also him.
Hello. Hey.
No.
Uh, uh, uh,
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Right.
Millie. Go ahead, official. It's Millie.
Okay. What was I saying? What's the last thing I said, y'all? My bad. Short term memory loss. You kicking my ass, man.
Hey, welcome. I'm rubbing off. It's my live. That's what it is.
And
You
here
had
he is.
asked.
I tell y'all, it's Kevin Love.
And you were talking about like if how it rubs off, like how you get other people's reality to be like partially
Yeah.
yours at first, and
Okay.
then
Right, because the believers, right? We so passionately believe, but of course we do. It's real to us. But then like the non-believers, they'd be like, okay, cool, that's your opinion, and then they just shut everything down with one sentence, and it's like,
oh, I see your question now.
you see what I mean? Because that's all they got to do is be like, cool, that's your opinion. I believe differently. I'll be over here, and we'd be like, no, but you don't understand, like eternal hellfire, and then they'd be like, okay,
Oh, so
cool,
I don't usually, if somebody doesn't believe in God, or
yeah, yeah,
Jesus, like I don't go for a conversation about heaven. They try really hard to talk about heaven or hell, but the
yeah,
reality is, if you don't believe God exists, that's not a discussion we need to have because God don't exist, heaven and hell don't exist. So we have to. The only conversations I start with are very logical ones. Do you believe Christ was a real person? Do you believe that these things really happen? Whether, like, did somebody actually write this down? Is the Bible an actual historical document? Like,
yeah.
if you go, that's what you have to go through with people like that, because when they go through that conversation with you, you'll know if they're honest by the time you go through that conversation. Because they start to say Jesus wasn't a real person, or they start to just say things that they know aren't true, then you know that it's not genuine. And it's
Hmm.
just, I want to fight with you because I don't want to believe in God for whatever reason.
Just the contrarian.
Uh-huh. And then the contrary is like, if they're like, okay, well, yeah, he is a real person, then we get to the nitty gritty of what their problem is and why they feel that they can't believe. It's not me trying to push my experience on you ever. It's me trying to understand what experience you have had and if you have come to a full understanding about that experience, or if you just shut it down and got in your feelings. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, my personal experience is rare that I meet people that could like speak that much better than me. So like usually people, and then just in general, people don't know how to defend their own belief system. I say most people they got like 3 to 5 sentences to substantiate their claim. Once they exhaust those sentences, they don't know what the fuck to say next. So if they write in 5 sentences and I'm writing like 8 paragraphs, like on surface level, it looks like I'm trying to convince you, and really I'm just passing forth back and forth ideas. Like
Actual information.
I'm just having a conversation. But to them, they're like, all right, yeah, yo, let's just agree to disagree. Like, and it's like, why are you tapping out? You act like I'm trying to submit you. Like, this ain't the UFC. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
Like,
just really. I think because this is like their. This is we're talking because we're talking about their soul. When you start to talk about God, if someone's experienced Him and they're intentionally shutting Him out, they're
yeah,
going to run for the hills because they
yeah, yeah.
don't want any of those feelings to come back in that conversation. So they're like, I don't want to talk about it. We can agree to disagree. You need to be quiet. Don't say Jesus. Don't say God around me because I like to live in this la la land in my head where I'm completely ignoring
It
His
makes me
existence.
happy because I got disappointed with the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see.
Yo, you know what's most disheartening? You ever hear somebody say some shit like, I believe in God. I just don't believe He'll accept somebody like me.
That's not
Yes.
believing in God. I mean,
Yes.
God, I think He'll do people bad. It's Jesus you have to get saved through, because we see what God will do. Like my biggest story is He sent His own brother, down to the other place because he was out of place, so he really
Whose
was bad.
brother?
God, the
Gifted,
devil was His
please.
brother.
Huh?
Gifted, please, please, please.
Huh?
Yeah, that was funny.
May I
No,
answer
so
the prompt? May I answer the prompt?
yeah,
God
yeah.
dang it, Millie.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh,
Nelly, you on our
We gonna do
side.
the last one though, cause I'm about to get off it. This is an early live.
Oh,
I'm getting off
y'all
on.
didn't know that?
okay.
Y'all didn't know the
That's,
devil was God's brother?
baby, listen, we don't. I mean, hey, we can agree to disagree. How about we do that?
So what you think? Tell me what
Um,
you think.
again,
Nah,
God is an entity all on His own.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
God
and
created him.
God didn't. God is a triune being, so He didn't need a brother because God is God. Okay, the Father, God the Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit, and Jesus, and God the
They're
Son, which is
eternal.
Jesus. Right,
Okay,
right.
I'll
So
take that
He's.
back, but
Wait,
God
wait.
will
Let me
still do you
finish.
bad.
Okay,
Ah, he said I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stick with that though.
okay,
God will
yeah.
tear a whole city
Okay,
down if He don't like what y'all doing
if I can
over there.
finish, if I can
Spit on
finish, right?
fireballs.
If I can
Make Him real
finish,
mad, He gonna flood you.
so yeah, if I could finish, again,
So yeah,
the things that God did, as far as like if he does you real bad, He gave people commandments. They did not follow the commandments. So He's gonna punish them because He's a just God, which is why He
on this
sent
earth,
Jesus. Let me finish.
on this
This is why He
earth's end, He
sent
gonna let the
Jesus.
devil out.
He sent Jesus, okay, to die for our sins, so we wouldn't have to be punished on a mass scale. Jesus paid the price. He paid it all. Shout out to the resurrection. Amen. Okay.
Amen.
All right.
Okay, we
Thank
know
you.
All
I
right.
that.
mean,
Well, I will say this,
That's
Millie. What you have to I don't know where you got your theological premise from just now, like that
okay.
he's
Well,
his
I was wrong.
brother and
I can
Yeah,
go
he
ahead and
took
admit
that back.
that
Yeah,
I
he
was
took it back.
wrong. He's not his brother, but
He took it
but the
back.
point still stands that God will, if he don't like what that city is doing, he'll put it on the fireballs. If he don't like what the
It'll
world
be
is
a
doing,
reason.
he'll
It'll be
flood
a reason,
everybody
bro.
up out of here.
yeah.
So
So just to be clear, and I don't want to. I know Kev don't want to turn into this. I just want to be clear. Any punishment that God dealt out in Scripture, they were warned for a very long time
exactly, but he do that.
before God's justice went forward.
It's like any other
But
parent
he
that,
do
that when they finally got to put their foot down, at least he let them know at first. That's just like
exactly.
when you take care of your children. Eventually, you don't want to whoop them off rip. You're gonna try to talk to them for a long time, and then you're gonna do what you got to do. Especially in them cases, he had to. I look when he destroyed things and stuff. It's just to save the masses. He had to make an example out of other people. So the other people, because he loved the other people, he didn't want them getting uh like a contagious type thing. He didn't want that to spread out, so he rather eliminate something so the next group of generation don't go through with whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. God always gonna do something for a reason, it ain't out of evil intentions and because whatever. It's always something to kind of learn from, so that when it happened, usually when he do things, it happened in front of other people or for the other person to see something. From what I noticed, though, so now we can talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and stuff like that. Well, we see today, all these people was having smacks and doing all this other stuff. So it's an example. He made an example out of somebody to show that how serious he take that, and how corrupted that is.
I don't know if I believe with you on that, Kev. I don't believe it's for out of example. I think it's to save people from themselves. Because in the Bible when it says like God will reward you according to like blah 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 in heaven, and that's how like like whatever. It's the same with hell, right? And if he sees you're on the path where it is going to absolutely lead to like the worstest of worst, he will save you. He'll warn you as best as he can. Whether you want to listen or not, that's up to you. That's not on him. And he goes as far, but once he gets to a point where he knows, like, because at the end of the day, I feel like humans selfishly look at things like, well, how could God do that? Or how could, and I don't ever think like majority of people really stop to think, do you understand how much this pains God to do that kind of stuff? Do you really understand? Do you really understand how it feels to love someone, anyone, to that capacity where you are giving out unconditional love and you're watching them self-destruct and you're warning and you're aware of the consequences, and it gets to a point where it's like there's no turning back for you, and I now understand this, but what I do have control over is the amount of punishment you get in the afterlife. And so I will rather do this now than let you continue to where it is to a point where even in the afterlife, there will be no, oh my gosh, like it's so heartbreaking. I
No, he
don't think
still
it's,
does that today. If you mess up today and you bad with him, you going down there with dude, and he gonna torture you.
I mean, that's okay.
Unless you're good, then you save through Jesus.
Well, no, nobody's good, right? No man is
Yeah,
good on.
nobody good. All right.
Yeah, the scripture tells us that no man is good on their own. We're only
But
good.
God.
Yeah, we're only good because we have Jesus. So nobody. People think that being a Christian is just doing a bunch of good deeds. Like, oh, I did something good today, so I'm gonna go to heaven. That's not no. Just because you feed the homeless doesn't mean that you're good. You could be doing other stuff, right? So being a good person doesn't make you okay with God, and a lot of people get that misconstrued.
Right. That's true.
they
That's
also
true.
get Mr. Stephen when you do the wrong thing that God ain't with you in the conversations.
Yeah,
Like, y'all gotta understand what that means.
yeah, people fall short. It's both sided, right? Like, I mean, David was a man after God's own heart, and David, he was doing a whole bunch of stuff. But it's when God sees that, he sees your heart. So when you're doing these things, but you know that you have a heart for Christ, it's different. But when you do these things in your heart, it's just nasty, and you know you're doing it, and you don't care. There's a difference, right? That's why God said that about David, because as soon as David realized his wrongs, he like fell to his knees and he was like, like, look what I've done. He immediately went to a state of repentance.
All right. So what time is it? We got 3 minutes to answer this last
Can't always
question.
get us lit and then gotta go.
Yeah, they done got me. I was like, I'm gonna get sucked into this, man. It's so much. But yeah, I still want to go. Person, you basically said most of the stuff I said though, except you was talking about that. You just took out one part, but even though I can't. I would say yes. It got to be examples also, because that's the reason why we're reading the Bible now, to see what not to do. That's the reason why it's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So some things I do are highly, not even just believe. I know it's an example to not do it. Just like when you see people get poisons and all that, eat poison and all that stuff. So we like, oh dang, this person that ate poison and got up out of there. Okay, we know not to eat poison now. So now that's cool. And then another thing is like, I don't. Yeah, we could say they try to save them from themselves. We could say that though, but it's like, what can a unalive person save themselves if they already unalived already? You know, they already good. So now it's like, from that point, you got to guess like, okay, maybe had to been the example at that time, you know, for other people to realize how serious God take whatever the scenario was, whatever it was. You know, he like, just like that dude that he was supposed to have God kind of commanded him to have his baby or whatever, and he he was about to have a baby with the person, but then he ended up pulling it out and put it on the ground. You know, basically jacked and then and put it on the ground, and God had like order on him to get him unalive, you know, because he disobeyed him, you know what I'm saying? But that was also, he warned him, right? But then he made an example out of him, you know. Hey, you really, this is what happened when you disobey me. So now everybody else, you know, they see how serious God is. I bet you ain't seen nobody else jacking and throwing it to the ground out of nowhere, because he made and so that's how I look at that.
Uh, I mean, I come from a different place, but I respect your understanding. Um, I know I personally, I save people from themselves. um, but at the end of the day, if you believe in the Bible totality of everything it says, where it talks about, you know, your good deeds are the fruit of your spirit being a currency in heaven, and how you would be rewarded according to the fruits of the spirit that you have displayed and what you've done with it, and da 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 da. The same principality applies in hell as well. Like, it's not one-sided. Like, it really is like the Bible doesn't talk too much about hell, but we can infer by what the Bible talks about heaven, that same principality of how you are judged or rewarded or punished is also applied to the inverse of what is going on. And so sometimes, even if they are unalived, it means they're no longer able to be in the running, which means you're at a point of no return. I've already seen your future. And rather than let sins continue to accumulate against you, where you will go to the deepest of levels, I think it's a just and loving decision that it's time that I self-correct for you.
Got you.
But anyway, it's 801. Bye, Kev.
Yeah, that was like a poem, man. I appreciate that person.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so let me get Gifted in real quick, because I know she have an answer. We gonna all try to answer this last one, and I'm gonna call it a night. So what make a person addicted, and are any addictions healthy?
Like, he's talking about smugs.
Any, yeah, it's not the only form of addiction, but yeah, you can talk about that too.
Well, you know, I've never been addicted to anything per se. So I don't know nothing about addiction. I really can't speak on that. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't speak on it because I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't have any addictions per se to something that I can't stop it. I don't know. I'm not a specialist.
Okay. Um, any other people that have not been addicted to something know about addictions?
Please.
Uh,
Crazy. I think everybody knows about
People were
addiction.
talking about earlier about stalking. Now that's an addiction.
Mary, who shut up in your bushes? You seem
Because
very
why is he
nervous.
following
Who
me?
shut up in your bushes?
A lot of like yeah, women are crazy. That's what y'all do. There's one woman
Oh
on here
yeah,
earlier. She admitted it. She was
okay.
like, "Yeah,
see,
that's exactly what we do. I know
Okay.
y'all
someone,
do it. I seen y'all
someone.
do
I don't show up in people's bushes.
it."
My cut
Well,
up game
My
so
thing
quick.
is
You'll be like, "What happened?"
the definition. When I say addicted, like I really think about substances and stuff like that. I don't think that truly and honestly, I don't think that you can be addicted to like I don't know, like I'm addicted to waking up in the morning. Psh, I have no other
He be
choice, right?
addicted to eating a certain thing. He be addicted to watching a certain thing. He be
Yeah,
addicted to a
but
person. Like
that's
that's
not.
that's
I
what
don't
it
think
is.
that's an addiction. I think that's a routine. Like if I eat
What?
salmon every day, I don't think
Is
that's
that
an
is that your
addiction.
definition of addiction? Or
Nah.
are you
Yeah,
creating?
it's a.
Okay, so
There's a
you're
difference
creating your
between
own definition. Okay.
there's a difference between like a routine and like you can't live without something, right? So like if you can't function without said food, then that's a difference. But if you just like eating a food but you can eat other stuff, that's not an addiction, right? Or some people just eat the same food every day just because it works for their like lifestyle. That's not an addiction.
Gifted. Can people be addicted to sin?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So
So it's
there's things you can be addicted to. So like breaking God's law. As humans, we're addicted to sin. Our flesh is addicted to sin.
Yeah, but that's our sin nature.
Right.
I don't
But
think that we force
the
ourselves to
overarching
be
point is
addicted to
that.
sin.
Say it again.
I said I don't think that we force ourselves to be addicted to sin,
No, you
right?
don't
It's
have
innate.
to.
you don't
No,
It's
have
you
to
can.
what?
innate.
What?
Yeah, hold on.
It's something. If you're okay, like follow my logic. If we are born into sin, right, that's something that is innate in us, right? That's already it's built in. It's built into our systems. So I don't think that we're addicted to something that we already are. We have
No,
we
that's incorrect.
yeah we have to force our. Are we not born into sin?
Yes.
You may have been.
We're born with a sin readiness to
Nature.
sin
Yeah. So that
factor.
mean and we're born into
But you're
sin.
not born to be addicted to like you said, the rugs or other things that people can have that toward. So I think that again you're creating your own idea what addiction
Wait. Okay.
is.
Sin and rugs are two
Can we
different
No, no,
things.
no.
can we
The
clarify
sin is
though?
the one thing, right? But the rugs is not something that you came out of the womb having an addiction to.
Can we?
So those are
We're talking about
But
sin specifically. You're trying to
okay,
add on another
wait.
topic.
Can we clarify? There's a
because
difference between being born out of sin, which means you were about born out of a
is it
transgression, like
sin to damage your
something
body?
that wasn't
Like what?
inherent the purpose, and it's a difference between being born out of sin and being born into sin.
I think we did all of them though. I mean, we've
Yeah,
been
we're
born
we're
into
definitely
sin.
born into sin as humans.
Right, we
That's the
born
whole
into sin.
point.
We born
We're born
basically
with what?
almost sinning too. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're born with a readiness to sin factor,
yeah.
meaning our flesh is at war with God. Our flesh wants to do the opposite of what God commands as holiness. And so I'm going to say you're addicted because addiction is this innate or this drive to do something repeatedly, really, and it releases a certain level of hormones in your brain, but I'm not going to go that deep. But a drive to do something repeatedly and not being able to stop. To some extent, yeah, you are addicted to sin because
A
Why
lot of
people
people agree
addicted
with
to
that.
sex? People are addicted to
everyone
sex.
has a
Sex.
thing. Exactly. Everyone has a thing that they're
Thank you,
struggling
Pat.
with. Everyone has a thing that they're struggling with, whether they want to admit it or not. And actually, not being able to admit it means your thing might be pride, but I'll keep going.
Mm.
Everyone has something that they struggle with that they have to pray for deliverance from God for.
My
So,
only sentence that I don't like people. And I know I'm called to
You don't
love
have to
people.
like people, you have to love them.
No,
So that's not a sin.
and no, that I just said that's my only addiction is I genuinely don't like people.
You don't
You
And
need
said
to.
you
Your
were getting
only
off of
sin.
Ted.
You said your only sin was that you didn't like people. Are you saying your only addiction or your only sin?
that's my only sin
Oh,
Mhm.
that I'm
damn.
addicted
Oh,
to.
That's cap.
jeez. Okay, good night, Kevin. Have a
That's
good night.
cappy
Go to
cap. What the
bed.
heck? One
Oh, it's
scene?
not Cappy Cab.
You gonna have one scene is not addicted to. That's funny, though.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
We
only
all,
one. I mean,
I can at least say,
man,
even no matter how Christiany we are or whatever, we at least seeing maybe no less than 100 times a day, and that's even in our thoughts. So if you got the thoughts down, that's probably a lot already. Isn't no way you think you got one sin that you commit.
Because it
I
says if you
don't
break one, you break all, right?
like
That too.
people. Like that's what I said. Like, and I know like it sounds wild, but
That's
Do
okay.
you worry? Have you ever worried about anything? My son is actually
no,
about to maybe trust him.
no,
Just
I
trust him.
don't. I really
Well, I
don't.
will tell you what. If you're being honest and not facetious, lying might be the sin that you're struggling with.
No, I'm not lying. I'm being very honest.
Mm,
Yeah, you're
Only
not.
man. TED Talk. Go ahead and start a TED Talk period. Um, no, but this one guy was saying that he's like, and I mean I actually agree with him, but it's like I think people need to go back and read the Bible and read what sin is, what it actually
Mhm.
sin. I think we again sometimes we create what I think that's bad. So that's what the only thing I do is bad. But we don't even understand when you start looking at how what Jesus sees as sin. You like,
Mhm.
oh, I can't,
Yep.
because he know that we cannot keep that. He know he
Yep.
can't. He know we can't, and he know that we do not.
He
That
already
is the
told you
point.
that you're not willing. He told
We
you that.
can't and we
So.
want. And we won't.
Right. So it's like understanding what it is. Now, granted, I do believe that the closer you get with God, that the, as you build, your relationship with him, and when you're really in his presence and that, yeah, it's like you can go a lot without
Yeah, you're
just
not
blatantly
sinless, but you
sinning,
can
right?
sin less, right?
You can sin less, yes, but
Mhm.
like, don't think that you're just doing a great job. Oh, every day I did it great, because now you're adding up works, and now you just think you're better than the people because, well, I didn't sin like you did, because
And that's a
you're not
sin.
And
connecting,
And
that's the
that's
and
a
that's
Never
just
sin.
sin.
it.
said I
And
don't
that's what I'm
feel like
saying.
you do or whatever.
That's called the haughty eye.
I
There
said
you go, Kevin.
my
You
only
finally use
sin
it.
is that I don't like people, and maybe I grew up a lot differently than the panel. Maybe
Well,
I
I
don't
would say
know.
by you doing that, that's like number one though. Like is for us
I
to that's the main thing he wants us to do is to love
I
people in a way.
but I already admitted that that was my sin, right? So I'm very open and
That's
honest about
all the sins
myself.
then. If that's the
But
case.
it doesn't matter. Like, what's the point in bringing me down and saying I don't really particularly like I don't.
I think no, it's not
This is
bringing you
going
down. It's
on
making you
right
aware of
now.
that's not one sin that you only have a problem with. The
Right.
fact you have a problem with people, it got to be multiple things behind that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I
It
think
just
he's a
means I
psychologist.
don't care for
I'm not
people.
even.
I don't
Yeah,
care
I'm
for
not trying to
people.
make
I
that.
don't think that's something for me to explain though. Like, that goes way deeper than anybody on here really can talk to me
That's
about
cap too,
because
though. Like you talk to people every day.
that's
You talking
something
right
that
now. Ain't you best friends with Rachel? You care about people with it.
no,
That's
I'm
another
not
cap.
best friend with Rachel. First
You
of all,
trying to be?
it was a pending application
Yeah,
and
right. So
and
we can't say
Rachel,
that.
you know what? That conversation is not for the internet.
What
But
I'm saying, I'm trying to prove a
what I
point. It's like
will
you being
say,
now here go another saying you're being prideful right now. You're not trying to hear.
Told
So
you.
they go a sin that you just committed right there.
I'm not being prideful. What I did was I chose to not disclose something that was not disclosed initially on the internet.
No, no, no. When
I'm
he's
not
saying
talking.
you're
I'm not
being
talking about that.
prideful, when he's saying you're being, hi, Rachel.
Hey, what's going on here? Ah!
Well, apparently, persons has never sinned, and the only sin she only does is not liking people.
Oh Lord.
I never said I never sin. I said my only sin is that I don't like people.
Girl, that's
Same
the
thing. What the?
That does not mean the same.
I
That
think
does
she
not
means her
mean the
only.
same
Right.
No, I
forward
think
or
she's meaning her
Hey,
reverse.
only.
real quick,
She's meaning her
real
only
quick,
current sin. That's what she's saying, right?
babe, you
That
got a little time?
Right.
What's up? Oh,
You got
what
no
you?
time. My cousin wanted to talk to you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, on the
It's
phone.
person
Yeah.
fault.
All right.
I'm just playing.
Okay, so I'll just
Listen,
call
I'm
you.
just gonna say this. I suggest you really get in God's face and ask Him to show you yourself if you truly believe that you have no sin other than not liking people, because that's inhuman, and it's just not true, friend. And I mean that with love. It's just not true.
I love that for you. I love that you think that. I really do. Like it's cute, and this is why I don't like people.
That's
Because
fine.
I sat up here and I literally told you the truth. I told you my truth. And the fact that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
sought to diminish that, like that's very offensive. That
It can
really
be
is
offensive.
offensive.
Sometimes the truth is offensive.
I do feel like nobody was really trying to hear her and understand why and ask questions, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like okay,
No,
what
I
makes you
don't
come
feel
to that
bad about
conclusion?
that.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's why I don't like people. And that's why I
It's
said I don't
okay.
like people. Like
That's okay.
it is the fact that like I can be, not right now, but I have been so understanding to a fault where I literally, you know what? It's not a conversation for the internet, because at the end of the day, that's my truth. I don't like people. Y'all put people through like wild things, and then it just becomes this whole thing where it never had to be in the first place. If I said my only sin in this current moment, I never even said I never sinned, but all of a sudden me saying my current sin is
Right.
no, I never said that. Someone play the tape back. I said my sin is I don't like people. I know what I said. I said
You
my
said
sin.
I don't. Hold on, person. You said I do not sin. My only sin is not liking people. That is what you said.
Kev, clip this and play it back.
See?
And if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong. But I said my sin is that I don't like people.
Your only sin, yeah.
Okay, wait.
That's why I was at. That's why I clarified. That's why I was trying to clarify. And I said,
Exactly.
are you saying your current, like currently, this is the only thing that you
Yes,
have?
my
So,
current only sin. I thought we were talking about the current, not the
but I want
past.
official to go ahead and ask the questions that he think we didn't ask, or what
I
you
just
think
want to
needs
say
to be
this.
said.
Listen, it honestly doesn't matter whether you sin in the past, whatever you sin now. A sin at the end of the day is a sin. All you have to do is ask for forgiveness and literally move on. Just repent and move on. But when you repent, you
Okay,
have to
but
turn
if
away.
you if
So
you repent, is that sin even relevant in this current conversation? This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is you want to say all my sins are forgiven when I ask Jesus for forgiveness, but at the end of the day, when you're talking about the current and you're like, oh, my only sin is this and da 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 da, now all of a sudden it's I've never sinned in my life. No, it's
okay,
just
and
like God
I
has.
think it's been I think so. It was just a misunderstanding. All you have to do on your end, do what you got to do, move on from it. I don't think it's as big of a deal, and like I don't know you. I guess I don't know. I don't really take offense to things because I understand that people are human, right? Like we're not perfect. So whatever the miscommunication was, it's over now. Just keep it pushing. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, this is why I'm leaving this up. I can't with this up. I really can't. Thank you, Gifted, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, my church talks a lot about offenses. People get offended in the church by things that they hear.
I'm not offended
Well,
though.
I'm just again, man. Just let me ride. It's not. I'm just saying, like, being defensive or whatever the case may be, it's kind of just like let it go. Because at the end of the day, like you already have the recipe to do what you got to do. Like the whole thing is repent. Repent means to ask for forgiveness, and also you have to turn away. So I mean, the best thing that you could do for yourself is just give it up to God, talk to Him about it, and He will work. He will work. He will work it out with you, right? That's the only thing that you can do. It's not for something that we can work it out with you, or we're supposed to get down to the bottom of the scenario. We're not God. We're not here to save each other. Only God can save. Only God can change hearts. And I think that that's a big thing that Christians need to remember. We can only lead people to Christ, but the walk with Christ is 100% on your own, and you're going to have to walk that out. You're going to have to seek His face on your own. We can support you through it, and the only thing that we can do is just literally turn you back to God.
That's it.
Wait, I just
And
want to ask person something, if that's okay. Do you want to like people? Do you ever wish that you could, but you feel like there's no way type shit? Or
no, I mean, my calling is to like people. And that's why me and God, it's very comical that I say it this way, but I'm like, that's why me and God are in a tussle. When in reality, God is not in a tussle with me. He's just telling me things that I'm like, but I don't like them. They're evil. They're atrocious. I don't like them. And he's like, I know, but, and like, we go back and forth, back and forth. And every time I interact with another human, I'm just like, this is why I decline. I cannot. And we are working through it. Me and God. Me and God. That's our business. That's nobody else's business. But every time I hear people misquote me or put words in my mouth, that's just why I'm like, God, see, this is why I just can't do it. I don't think I'm built right for this. Like,
like,
it really isn't.
let me tell you, I'll tell you a quick story, and I'll be brief. Out of respect for Kev, because I know he's trying to wrap this shit up. But I used to live with I used to live with an old roommate, white guy. Some of the craziest shit I ever heard in my life came from him. I'll tell you two quick stories. He used to ask me about two people's like business if they're dating. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't ask people their shit. He's like, oh, like if they are dating, I would like. I think he said one's my employee, the other one they've been going to church with me, and I've introduced my employee friend to the church, so they met each other because of me. Therefore, if they're dating each other, I feel like I have every right to know, because if I didn't introduce them, they wouldn't have known each other. I said, are you psychotic? Just because you fucking introduced two people don't mean you're entitled to their personal business. That's one story. Another story, we both got invited to a place he didn't want to go. It was like an air show, helicopter emergency landing, what it's military shit. I don't know. I didn't even want to go myself, but I'm the type of person I'll go to a lame place if there's cool people going. And so I'm living with him at the time. They call me and they ask if he's going. He's like, nah, I'm not interested. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm interested. He's like, you gonna leave me, bro? All weird and shit. And he's a grown man at the time. He's like 34. So he gets on a phone, he grabs the phone, and then he's like, I'm gonna make an executive decision, and I'm gonna say if I can't go, Robbie can't go. I said, this motherfucker must think he's my dad or something. Like, so I couldn't stand my roommate. I used to complain about this motherfucker, like, yo, no lie, 1 to 2 hours a day for like months at a time, just complain. And I started praying. I was like, yo, God, this person's like driving me up a wall. But people don't seem to drive you up a wall. Why is that? I feel like God was teaching me like, I think the reason God loves people, I think he likes them too, because he's trying to usher them towards their potential, you know? So when I couldn't like my roommate, I could only see him for what he did wrong. I couldn't see him for his potential. I couldn't see him for more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was a disconnect between how God sees him, you know, willing to sacrifice his son to redeem his life, and how I see him, which is he's a fucking piece of shit and I can't stand him. You know, there's a huge disconnect between my vision on him and God's vision on him. And I prayed. I was like, yo, I want to align my vision with yours, because if I saw people the way you did, they wouldn't upset me. They upset me because I see them how I do and you see them how you do, you know? So as much as I couldn't stand my roommate, I prayed for a worse roommate. You know what I'm saying? People ask me why I'm so patient, because I used to pray to God to deal with some annoying fucking people. Like, that was part of my prayer. Every day I was like, yo, whatever the most wretched members of society are, send them to me. What them insufferable people that nobody wants to tolerate, I'll go hang with them. And it was making my blood pressure rise, but I said one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to learn how to be amongst fucking crazy people that I can't stand, and they're gonna dictate the pace of my blood pressure, or I'm gonna learn how to be calm around them, and I'm gonna become a buttonless person, right? And they can't push buttons to get a reaction out of me no more. You know what I'm saying? Because some of us, like, we want people to be like respectful towards our buttons and stuff like that. And I understand we all got boundaries and shit like that. But when you have 1,000 buttons, the more buttons you have, the more you're at the mercy of society. And whether or not you have a good day is predicated on other people's behavior. They determine your day. But when you pray like, God, make me a buttonless person, you'd be surprised how a lot of that shit goes away. And I'm not talking about being a robot that feels nothing, because some people, that's how it sounds like to them. Like, you know, when I talk about stoicism and stuff like that, they're like, nah, I'm cool. I want to feel my emotions. But some emotions I used to feel too deeply. Like, I used to hate my roommate. I used to pray to God, like, if you have something important to say, don't use this vessel to speak to me, because I can't fucking respect him. I don't want to hear anything wise from what I consider to be a complete fool. I even shared that prayer with him. I'm like, God, because he used to always try to talk to me about God and all this and that. And I'm like, bro, I don't respect you, bro. What you trying to talk to me for about anything? You know what I mean? So, but I came a long way from where I was, and kind of a long story, but I say that to say this, like, if you wish to align yourself with how God sees people, it can happen and you'll find yourself liking people. I come around reprehensible people that I would say I probably don't particularly like. I'm like, yeah, I don't really like their behavioral patterns, but I see them as worth more than that potentially. Like, they can change, they have the potential to change. And if I see them as a nuisance, I'm going to treat them as such. And then I'll never be able to help people elevate to what they could be because I'm too busy seeing them for what they are, and I'll make them worse than what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like if I meet an asshole and treat him as such, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I teach him that he has redeeming qualities, or how can I teach him that the Lord loves him when I can't fucking stand him? You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be God's representative. Like, God's light and love is supposed to shine through me to people. And if I can't stand them, it's like that offense, it blocks love. You know what I'm saying? The more I'm offended with people, the more it's going to block any love that God wants to like radiate through me and onto people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as you increase in empathy, like you're going to have less of a critical eye on people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was super like critical, when my criticism was as at an all-time high, my empathy was at an all-time low. But now that my empathy is at an all-time high, my criticism is at an all-time low. These things, they counteract each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, Rachel left as well. It's crazy.
It's because they doing something else. Kev, in the live.
oh shit, I'm muted. I didn't even know. My bad.
Oh, she said it went out too. That makes sense.
um, Kev just said forget us. Um, but yeah, no. I think people just need to do their own heart checks and stuff
Yep.
when it comes to things. I get the whole, being able to deal with different people, and I get your point in a sense, but I think for certain people, they have to realize that they're not on these pedestals that they put themselves on. And until you notice and see that,
Yeah.
you will continue to go on thinking that you're untouchable and that God is doing you a favor, or you're doing God a favor. So I think it's just, and granted that that may not be the whole situation even with here, but I mean, I do appreciate your approach to your attempt to, let us see, because then you're going to deal with people. You're going to always deal with somebody. You can close the app for the rest of your life. You can close any app, but you're going to still deal with people as long as you're breathing. And that is one thing that God is going to make you do. So when it comes to different things, but I think ultimately, yes, things happen to you from different situations and all these different things. You may somebody betray you or do certain things to you, but always be mindful
Thanks,
that
Kev.
you have the ability to do something harmful to other people, which is why God speaks on grace and forgiveness so much. So the moment you believe that you no longer owe people grace and forgiveness, you have put yourself in a prideful position. Whether or not things happen to you, because guess what? Jesus already portrayed, come on, Resurrection Sunday, he already portrayed what that looks like to be
Yeah.
done wrong in the midst of people who do you wrong. So if you can't get to a place of understanding that you're no better than nobody else, that you think that you're the only person that something happened to, that you're the only person who have the right to feel like I don't have to treat people a certain way, you don't get to do that. And if you can, and yes, God does have to take people on a trip, right? On the rocket ships. He do. Yes, he do. Okay. And that's
Absolutely.
understandable, right? So we have to, yes, we're learning to get to a place, but when you speak certain ways and you don't realize the pride that comes out of your mouth, you got to go to God with that. So it's absolutely true. But it's just when you have that certain energy that gives off, I'm not wrong. Everybody else is. I've been harmed. I've never hurt anyone. You don't know what you've done to people because you don't even see it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you're not concerned.
So
You're
it's
not even
just
not you not see it. You're not even concerned with it.
you're not concerned with it. You don't even know that it exists, that you're doing it. So I think it's just definitely being mindful that we're all still growing. We're all still evolving and growing. That's just what's happening. Hi, AJ.
So,
But yeah, so
moral of the story is it's more brave to be honest than it is to tell lies. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And find
mm,
Jesus because he got up, y'all.
we did. We got up, guys.
He got up.
For you and me. For you
And
and
so,
me.
yeah, just end the live. My God, we're trying not to leave you hanging, but I'm just going to leave you hanging.
Happy
Oh,
resurrection.
not you,
People.
Wesley.
Wow.
What
Happy
happened?
resurrection.
Reaction.
Not
Not you left me in
erection,
here.
but a resurrection.
Not you helped me rile somebody up and then left me in here to deal with it.
No, I had to take care of something.
That's funny. But
Yeah.
yes, for sure. Official.
What happened though?
Little
Anyways,
gangsta over here.
I wanted to finish. I did want to finish
You
that.
Well,
missed
she just
everything,
came
so
to
it
the.
doesn't matter
Now
anymore. No,
she said she never. Nah, I'll say it. She said she never said it, and she actually said that she just didn't sin right now.
Oh my gosh. And
So,
people gonna realize even this, right?
hmm
God, people think that God can't read our mind, or not even read. That's just a worldly
hmm
term. God don't know. I'm just saying He knows, right? He know what we
hmm
gonna do before we do it. He know what we thinking before we think it. All this stuff. So I don't know. People act like they can hide that too. You done called that person a B word in your head. You think he don't? What the heck? You think because
right,
you ain't said out your
right.
mouth that it's not a sin? You know what I'm saying? So,
No, she
yeah.
never. You don't know. She never said that she never sinned.
oh my gosh.
Well, she said what she
She
said
said,
was
also, she cut me
right
off
now,
to
she don't
say, I
sin.
do not sin. That was the first thing she said. I don't sin.
Yeah, so you can't say I don't sin in the same breath say only sin I have is like y'all. I don't know what
Exactly.
English class y'all be going to for real. Y'all
That is what I'm
way too much.
saying.
Like, hi, these oxymorons, these contradictions is crazy. Like it's crazy. But like I promise we're not gangsta official, I promise. It's just like
No.
it's really I
I
have
just want
listened
you
to
to be
people long
honest with
enough.
yourself so you can actually grow. That's the whole point. The point
And
is
that's
to
the
grow.
thing. It's the point is to and how can you grow when you don't feel like there is any room to do so that you don't even have the need
Mm-hmm.
to? If I
Or
don't
It's like
believe
we
if
there is any
twins out here.
room, how am I going to do it? And I guess like when it comes to things like pride and things like that, and we, have to just be able to acknowledge because that's one of the most, it's almost like, dang, how do you explain it? It's like one of those things that you just can't notice. It's like, I'm trying to think of like a,
Unaware.
example. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like you're unaware because like there's something that we know. Oh, that's a sin. I know if I do
right.
this, and that. If I
Right.
cheat, if I steal, if I da-da-da, I know that's a sin. The reason why pride is so dangerous is because it's like it's
Yes.
you can't see it. It's like that. It's like what is that called, y'all, in the house when the carbon monoxide, or
Carbon
whatever.
monoxide. Yeah.
That
Yep. Yep. Yep.
that's
Yep.
more
Yeah.
dangerous than it's not. I'm not gonna say more dangerous than fire, but it's harder to when something is hard to detect, it's dangerous because you don't know it's there.
Mhm.
You can't stop it from happening. You
Yep.
can't stop.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
can't stop the
your
progression.
pride fills you up with your own thoughts and your own mind and your own perspective so loud that you can hear nothing else. So
Yep.
it's saying they're trying to tell you you're a
That
bad
be
person.
catching it, y'all,
Don't
every
listen to
time.
that. Don't do that. They're trying to say they don't like you. Don't listen to that. You're a great person. I know I'm a good
Right.
person. I
And,
know.
and, it, and it makes you seem like that's oh my God. That's exactly what it is.
Hmm
That's
That's
exactly
why.
that's you right
That's why
there.
I
That's I
said
know I'm
prideful.
not.
So
Oh
what
my
you
God.
said that I'm like, you so
Yeah.
prideful. You doing it right now. I don't even notice it because the
And
fact
you don't know.
you're not even trying
hmm
to yield to understand it. You just like, nope. I started off saying this, and nobody's about to tell me anything different. That is, you can't get no problem. The fact that you're not trying to. That's what I was even
Here.
saying. I was talking about earlier. I'm like, no. Even with the thing we was talking about making examples, like God make examples and all that stuff. I'm like, I've been agreeing with you, but you gotta also believe. You gotta also see that even the Bible itself, it shows an example, so we don't have to be like the rest of them. So why wouldn't God, put his foot down and let don't do this, and then if he punished them, he making sure usually it scare the rest of the people. Be like, you know what? I don't want to be like that guy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he make examples too. No matter how you
And
want to put it.
that's just the biggest, like you said, like again, it's Resurrection Sunday, and this is showing you that, like I said, when it comes to people, and I get it, because I think a lot of us can say, oh, I don't like people who trust me. It's hard. However, it just Jesus always reminds us that like where you get to stop showing grace to people. Did I stop showing?
Mm.
I didn't stop showing it to you. Resurrection Sunday is telling you, I put it all on me, regardless of those who did me wrong, who spite, who came at me, the way that they did, all these different things, spoke against me, all these things against me. No one was done worse than that. So you don't get to throw in a towel and say, I don't want to deal with people, God. You don't get to do that. And you can, like I said, you can cut off every social media. I get you. I bet you still gonna deal with people. So you can't. The problem is we love to run from correction, and God not gonna let you do it. So you might as well do it in places that it may not seem like it's all sweet and potatoes, things like that. But it's like, yo, get to a place where you can take in and see the things that you were not able to see before. It's not no mistake that people be in this live and come in here and hear certain things that they hear, and that we get to reflect on certain things. I'm telling y'all, if Kev charge at it, most likely it's right, because I don't know how he be sensing this stuff. He be sensing it real quick, and it be that prideful thing. It be right there, and it's okay. It's okay
And the
because we can
longer you
correct
don't
that.
talk about it, the longer it stays. That's what people got to realize. Like, the longer you're not. Shame is like that thing that likes to multiply in secret. I don't want you to. I
Mm,
don't want you to say anything. Just pretend like this isn't a struggle for you. Just be
yeah.
quiet. And if you can stay that way, I can keep you in this
Hello?
mindset. That is the point.
Hello?
Huh?
Yo, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hello?
Oh, now I hear you.
Now we can't hear anything. He's muted.
Wait,
Who, me?
he just said hello, like God.
That's might cut her off too.
What happened? What y'all? What?
None. We heard you say hello, but I was just saying shame is just one of those things that likes you to keep secrets and be quiet about it. The minute you start calling out your mess, the more you can live in your actual truth and move forward instead of living in your lie and trying to tell everybody it's the truth. Like, this is truly who I am. You selfish, but you trying to convince everybody that you're selfless, so you make sure everybody looks at you give things away. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, and
look
you
at
and you
me
tell
give
us
stuff away.
the whole list from when you
Mhm.
was 2 years old of what you did for everybody. Then I'm like, wait, God, you got a whole. I don't even count the cost when I do things, but you can tell me everything you did for people since you was 2. Like, please,
Yes,
and
yes.
you want to bring it all up? It's like, no,
No,
y'all, you
ma'am.
just upset that when you have done things for people, you were expecting something, and
You
the
are.
moment you stop expecting something, you may not feel that way, but you know that you're doing it to be
Look
seen
good.
doing it.
Hmm.
This is what
And
it
that's
comes down
your. And the
to.
Bible said that's your reward right there.
That
People saw
and
you.
that's your reward. So why you upset? Oh, okay, because you was waiting on the person to do it, you didn't wait on God. The person didn't do it either. God, that's crazy.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
I'm telling you. Also, they be waiting on God to come and be like, guys, look at this girl right here. She's better than you guys. Or this man right here. He's better than you. Y'all be waiting for the accolades that ain't coming. God says, when you
Mm,
do good to be seen, that is your reward. Congratulations. People
yeah.
saw you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting no extra.
What's that? Kev
Yeah, I don't know.
is
What
Kev
is
Notification.
he?
malfunctioning?
Now for country. I mean,
But I
like I
promise you,
said,
if it's you said what?
you got me talking
Malpercussion.
notification. I was about to say notification.
He said malpercussion.
Dava cover shava lava
Lava,
Malfunction.
lava, lava.
Okay,
lava
well,
lava. What you gonna say? Official think we goons, but we don't. You don't understand. We've been hearing this stuff the whole time.
Goonies.
I wanted to ask Kev if he heard anything I said. I know he was in the background doing stuff. I don't know. I
What you
went on
say?
mute.
You may have to. You have to pay. Well, okay, just paraphrase it. Like,
Yeah, nah, I was just
okay.
trying to help a person with a personal story, and I don't know if you heard any of that when I was talking about my roommate. But that's it. Like, I didn't know if you heard
Person with a
What you
anything.
person.
say?
Well,
Person with a personal story.
yeah, I was talking to a person about personal story about other persons. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm sick of it. He was just trying to get her to understand that hey, you're gonna
He
have to
said,
right. He was just basically saying that he was trying to help her understand. Well, she wasn't
"Yeah,
in that
nah,
place, but he was
nah."
trying
I
to
was
help her
just,
understand how to deal with people. Yeah.
yeah, because I didn't like people either, man, and I'm not in that place no more. Like, when I meet people, even though they got some disgusting characteristics, don't get me wrong, I always try to find like 2 to 3 things that I could appreciate about them. I'm like, you know what? Let me start off with the good things, because it's easy to write off a list of what makes someone like reprehensible, and then you instantaneously dislike them. You know what I mean? So I try to start with the good, and then and just gratitude. Like I thank God for their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they got a purpose, as everyone does, and yeah, and like my favorite quote is "You're only as happy as you are grateful." You know what I mean? So,
That's true. That's
You
100%
know
true.
what? You know what? Too, you gotta realize too, official. And I appreciate that you was trying to teach our friend this lesson because it's necessary. I just also feel like you should notice, like, even when you were saying what you were saying, she was typing in there, "No, I don't judge people. No, I don't da da da. No, I don't do any of that. Any reprieve that you were offering her,
yeah,
she wasn't taking it. She was saying, no, I don't have any of those issues at all. I've never done any of that." And so this is why this is why I said what I said when you were like trying to hear her out, because I was saying and I'm not like that unless I feel it necessary, right? It's because sometimes people invoke emotion in order to deflect from
yeah,
what's being pointed out. And this is why when she said, okay, and you saying that all of that's not being true, like this is offensive. And I said, well, the truth is offensive. I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. If I'm telling you the truth, it will be offensive sometimes.
yeah.
Right.
But
And so, yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I apologize. I don't want to cut you off. I'm gonna mute up.
No, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Now, I think there's 3 vantage points that we could look at a person from. I think we either look down on them. I used to look down on my stepdad, even though he was like 25 years older than me. I didn't respect him. So
Uh-huh.
he could have the wisdom of Christ, and I'm not going to hear it because it came from that vessel, which I don't respect. I could look
Mm.
at somebody eye level, like I think we're peers, and in which case I
Mm-hmm.
may or may not listen, or I might listen to you, but maybe not, because at the end of the day, we're around the same age, we're in the same fucking boat. What do you know? There might be a bit of that mixed in there. Or I see you as a superior. I see you as like a personal mentor, like a guidance counselor, someone I look up to, someone I admire. And it was always easy for me to listen to people I admire, and very hard for me to listen to people that I find distasteful. So we don't know where how she views you personally, and there's no personal attack on you. But if she views you as beneath her or reprehensible or any of that shit, like you can have words that are like gems, and she just won't receive it. Like this might sound wild. I took a sales course so I could become a better evangelist. I know that sounds weird, maybe, but I see both of them the same. Like in sales, you talk to 100 people, maybe 5 people buy your product. And in God's kingdom, you talk to 100 people about God, and maybe 5 go to heaven. I don't know, like you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is the conversion rates is not going to be 100%. And I've been listening to women a lot lately. They talk about tone and delivery. I like it does matter. I don't know if it matters as much as women say that it does, but I know that it does matter. And although tone might not matter to me, it matters to people. So I had to learn that. I had to learn that, so that just because like like souls are on the line. Like I could have this one attitude where it's like, oh well, if you're soft, like it's not my fault you can't hear me and you can't listen about God's kingdom or the things of heaven, and you know what I mean. It's because you're soft, or like I could have that approach, or I could be like, you know what, like how do I have to like maneuver to get to this person because there's
But
souls
God,
on the line. You know what I
I hear
mean?
you, but God also employs us not to engage in talk that isn't fruitful. Does that make sense? So this is why this is not because
Roast
you
before
chose to have
swine.
the conversation, huh? Yeah, pearls
No,
for swine. You know how that go. And so
yeah,
after the first few times of us trying to have like just a calm correction with her,
yeah,
and it was what she chose to say, not how she said it. It was what she chose to say that told me this is not a moment for empathy. So there's moments where
There
we
you go.
empathize
That's
with people,
right.
and
It's
there's moments where it's what we call the actual term for it is inductive discipline, but it's where you directly say what you need to say, which is what Kev was doing when he was talking to her. Because some people, sometimes it's time to empathize where it's like, okay, let me relate to what you're saying. But once you started to deny even your genuine reach outs, I knew that this was just about standing in my pride and I want to stand 10 toes down. Now I chose to disengage at that point, obviously. You know what I mean? But I just wanted you to be mindful of that when we're sharing the gospel. We want to be sure that we're not, casting our pearls among
it's
swine. Not that
it's
I'm calling her swine, but I'm just saying, you know what I
no,
right.
yeah,
mean?
because I think it's that, and it's levels, right? It's like, so it's like I can't get to C before I get to A. So it's like it's not to say that your story, your explanation is wrong towards her, but you have to get to that place, like Lala said, right? It's like that wasn't the time. That wasn't the time
Got
because
you.
she was, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, first you're like in a place of denial. And with us, God has to show you where you're wrong first. He can't just tell you, hey, you did, like, no, I did it. Because now, first I gotta let you see where you're wrong. Now, once you can acknowledge that, now you can start fixing. But how can you fix anything that you won't admit is there, right? So but just like how she said it though, it just, understanding the steps towards it. Like, hold on, like, let me give you a little, this is a little toughness here. And some people think, like, anything that isn't, a soft approach in a sense is not the right approach. But the thing is, I definitely believe that sometimes when you're speaking and expressing things, depending on who the person, not necessarily who the person is, but where they are and understanding and admitting or whatever case is, you do have to start somewhere of it being first acknowledgement. If you can't even acknowledge that there's something more to that, and then it's not even biblical, right? So now we gotta first get past the part that we can't even that we're saying won't even acknowledge. But once you get past there, then you can say, hey, but look. And I think it was a great question that you asked too. Like, hey, I think that's a great question, honestly. Do you want to like people?
Yeah.
Right? I
Best
honestly
place to
think that was
start.
great. Yeah, I think that was great because you're
Yeah.
asking, do you want to like people? And then let her go into that, right? And then go from that. But I think it's going to help.
What happened? Why
Conversations
she
like this
leave?
will help her. Well, I don't know.
Hot in the
I think she
kitchen.
was.
Hiding. Okay,
Uh,
there. Say less. Say less.
yeah, because I mean, we'll see. Once it's shown, and I think a lot of people are used to
You got
people
it.
not what's the word? A lot of people are used to people not addressing things, right?
Challenging them.
Some people are challenging, yes, challenging. And y'all, look, I'm telling y'all, I come in Kevin room, he gonna always challenge every doggone thing. I ain't gonna, I'm telling y'all, this man catch everything. Y'all, it's crazy. I'm like, bro, that is crazy. And then it's so funny
Yeah.
because like, as soon as I hear him, like, I know he's gonna say something. Boom, right there. He gonna bring it up.
That
But
twin
it's just
power.
no, for real. Like, I was like, that's exactly what it is. And he bring it out. But it's like, and like I said, I think that was a great question for what you did. But I think it's like where Kev was hitting at, it's like, hey, wait, what? And then Lala was explaining, like, wait a minute, that's not even. Are you sure that's
Yeah,
what that
because
is? Because you can't see it.
right, because her perception on y'all, based on how she was reacting, she was like, "Yo, this people is like adversarial, man. Why is it me against them? Why is it?" And it doesn't matter. By the way, it
That's
doesn't
because
matter if
she's
the
still
flow was
grumpy
actually.
from the last conversation they was having.
Oh, okay. This is from shit that is before. Okay.
It could be from before, but also too, I'm telling you, people
Yeah.
have this idea that if you challenge what I said or if you disagree, you're against me, and that's fine.
That's what
People just
happened.
some people
Sometimes it
have that.
happens.
That's
Yeah,
what
it does.
happened in Robbie room though. That's why I be teasing him about his people now.
Yeah.
That Rachel, and you know how light Rachel is, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that girl. Yeah,
Just
man.
because she challenged one of his other mods and stuff, the other girl gonna come up there talking about she was rude. I'm like, what? So that you can tell that
Yeah,
girl wasn't used to getting challenged. She like, hold up, did
right.
you even answer his question? That's what she asked, and she felt some type of way. Instead of saying
Hmm.
like, why you didn't feel that I didn't answer it or something like that, she automatically just felt like she was being rude. All she did was ask a question. Did you really answer his question? Because we
They
didn't hear.
both.
All both of us didn't hear. You know what I'm
They both.
saying? But
Yeah. They both got
yeah.
snippy.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, and that's the point, right? It's like some people genuinely just they're not used to being challenged, or they're not used to being told something
Yes.
other than that. Or they're like, well, everybody supposed to have this really soft voice, and I'm just saying what I'm saying. But that's the
Right.
thing. I know you sound like you guys are hearing her. I promise you, we hear what's not even being said, and we hear the tone, the expression. I can hear your breath and hear what kind of energy you got. So
Mm-hmm.
trust me, Lee, we hear, we listen. That's why I'm not. 9.9 times out of 10,
Nah, but I gotta.
we're addressing it correctly.
Nah, but I gotta tell you this though. Like our empathy towards her is useless to her unless we show up in a way that she confirms as empathy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say, yo, I feel
Right.
you, right? Because I've had arguments with women where they're like, yo, I hear everything that you're saying, but all they do is substantiate their claims and say, and then go back to their points, their rebuttals, their, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
how do you hear me when you're arguing against me? But this is why, like, for
Mm-hmm.
personally, I start leading with like 2 or 3 stories on where I used to be you, or I felt exactly like I used to want to
Yep.
punch somebody in the face
Gotta
too, bro.
resonate first.
You know what I mean? And then I start building up on like giving them like an alternative path. It's like, but yeah, but I got off that path and now I'm on this, and it's really been beneficial to my life. Blah blah blah, whatever it is. But if you could tell a story and share, like, because then empathy it could be seen, it could be observed by her, and she could confirm it. Because the thing about empathy, there's words, like there's the functional use of the word, and then there's the Webster dictionary. There's the way the word shows up in real life. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. Like empathy means to like deeply feel what somebody else does, what they feel like. And if you feel what I feel, like I don't care. Like to some degree, it's like, okay, cool. Like, you could be like, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. But if I believe you don't understand, because what's that one quote? Tell me if you ever heard this quote. In the land of misunderstanding, perception is king. You know what I mean? And what that means is it don't matter what's happening. Her perception, that's how she's gonna tell the story. That is what
Mm-hmm.
happened. That
Yep.
according to her, I'm not saying objectively it's true, but subjectively,
Right.
That's what separate the optimistic people and the pessimistic people, though. It's all about how you perceive life, or how your
right,
point of
right.
view.
So empathy. If you show up in a way that she could confirm your empathy, where she was like, wow, these fucking people really understand me. Her guard is down. Her
Yeah.
guard is down. And I know.
Some people want to marinate in their sorrow, though. That's the
Right,
thing.
you're right. Yeah, and I know some of us, we don't want to like cater to softness, and I get that too.
Well,
Because
it's not even. I don't think it's really catering to softness. I think it's more so like you want me to live in delusion with you. It's like because it's okay to the person say like, well, I am a horse. Okay, well, I understand. I used to be a horse too. Like, how do you resonate with that? It's like so. It's
yeah,
some
certain
things.
things
It's
is
like
yeah.
right. It's certain
I was
things. It's
never a
like because
unicorn.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like if you know blatantly, like okay, if they're saying okay, I mean, I get what you're saying though, in a sense, like it's like if you're sympathizing or empathizing with him to say like, no, I totally understand like how I can feel like, we only sin one, like we only have one sin. There's some things that it don't matter how soft you present it. If
You are
you're coming
correct.
as if
Yeah.
you're coming as if you're still wrong, because that's what she said. It's how are
And
you
she
going
said
to
it.
tell
Yeah, she
me
said it in the
what it
chat.
is, right?
Hmm.
How are you going to tell me okay, because again, if you're standing on
Mhm.
biblical standards, so now I have a standard to put you on, right? And that is the
Uh,
standard.
yeah.
So now biblically
Yeah.
you're not lining up with it. So it's like,
Hold on.
hey, so you're saying you only sin this way? This is the only thing. So see, that's
I
why I
gotta
don't
ask
like
y'all
people,
though,
because go ahead, go ahead.
but do we know her though? Because like to some degree, we some randoms holding her accountable, right? Like if she perceives it that way, she's like, yo, what the fuck? These people don't fucking know me. What do they know? You know what I mean? So if there's any of that going
And
on in
that's,
her
you
mind,
know
That
what
don't
though,
mean nothing
Cecil,
either, though.
that's
Because if a
okay.
random agree with her, then she'll
right?
be going with the random too, though. So it's just about some people just got
Right.
this
I got
stuck
you.
in their mindset. They just
Right.
stuck, and they only way that they gon' like that misery love company thing. They just want to stay miserable, and
Come
even
on.
if it
But
sound
It's like
good,
if
they
I'm
like
in a
nah.
classroom with students and a student gets on top of the desk and he picks up a chair and he's about to throw it, and I walk up to him and say, hey, I understand that you're feeling really overwhelmed right now. I understand that you're really angry. No, this isn't the time to empathize with him. This
Throw
is the
that shit in
time
her
to
head.
initiate, pull him down, get him down, sit him down, and we can empathize later. The problem was she had already cut me off,
mhm.
right, to say that she doesn't sin, which is exactly what she said. I don't sin.
And
I
now you
only
see
have
that
one
too.
sin.
That now right there is where you're because now you're offering what personal information. Okay, you're
Yes.
offering personal information. Like you're literally offering personal information. So now when you say, "Well, who are we to know? Who are we to judge?" It's okay. I have been on so many panels on here when people say, "You don't know my life," and it's the thing. I never claim to know your life. I just claim to know what you said. You see the difference? So
Exactly.
there's a difference, right? You're
I get that.
saying this and you can't align with it. So now that's why I asked, you need to read, like, let's read the Bible now and see what are sins. What does God see as sins, right? Because what I see as sin may not be what you see as sin.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there is a standard of what sin is. And a lot of times people do not realize that pride is a big one. Pride is one at all. Or
Yes.
and all the other things. And you say, I don't worry.
The
Please,
devil
if
got
y'all
sent to
y'all
hell
better
off
do a
pride.
TED talk if y'all ain't never worried about nothing. I
Yeah,
promise y'all better do one.
and some empathy. I don't know if you know this, but certain levels of certain mindsets, empathy drives a victimhood mentality.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
when you empathize
yes.
with them, it puts them in a position of being
Where
the
they think it's
victim,
real.
and they kind of live there. They love that feeling. So you have to be
Yeah.
very strategic with it, because then you're not going to get,
No, you're right.
and you're just not going to get anywhere, because they're like, oh, you're right. See, I am a victim. You do
Yeah.
understand. No, I don't understand that you're a victim. But you know what I'm saying?
At
I don't
least
understand that
I
at
see what you
all.
did there. It's like, But I mean,
Which is
it's a way
exactly
to
what I
sneak that in
did.
there.
If you heard me, that's exactly what I did. And basically, that's what I said to her. I was like, no, that's just
Yeah.
not true. But anyways, we can keep
And
talking. Like
Nah,
because
you're right.
I'm
You're right.
not feeding. I
It's
don't
like
like
it's like
people.
yeah. If you hunting, you can't use a bow and arrow for everything. Damn sure can't
Right,
use a bow on a
exactly.
whale.
And when she starts to say, I don't like people, that is an initiator for a conversation about how she doesn't like people,
yep, and make it
backing
about
off
her
of the
now.
conversation of, I don't do anything wrong. So it was like, no, we're going to
Yes.
focus on what we're talking about, which is that you said that you don't have sin. That was what you said. Now, you could have amended that later in the conversation to say, I don't have sin right now. But of course, we're having a conversation on TikTok. Unless you're actively doing something, then no. You
And
know
then
what I'm saying?
I don't
But
know people
even
who
then,
really
you
Oh,
don't
y'all
probably
like
are
never
people that
thinking
come on
something. I don't
panels.
know.
Are y'all
yeah,
people?
who me who what
Yeah. Are y'all people?
I'm a
me in
people.
person. So I've known her for like I say 3 months, 4 months. Like yeah, we
Oh,
had a lot of
really?
inbox conversations. She been on my panels and stuff. Yeah, we talk.
Mhm.
Well, you gotta like people to willingly get on panel. Ain't that kind of crazy? Or maybe she's working on liking people. Okay, makes sense. Got
That's
it.
why I
So
use
cool.
that
She's coming on
example with.
I mean,
panel.
she likes me.
Circle.
You know what I'm saying? But I
Right,
don't
she
know.
like people.
Dad.
It's just
Yeah,
selective.
she like you because you're
People.
like, do you want a cookie with that tear? Yeah, of course she likes you. Of course she likes you. So rather her back. No, I get you. I totally understand. But it's fine though. I do believe no, I do
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
in empathy, right? I do believe in connecting with people, right? And that's something that
The balance.
we should, right? Yeah, we should definitely do. But again, like Lala said, that there is just a time and place for where you insert that part in,
Exactly.
right? Like sometimes you
Yeah,
have to go in there and do the correction,
I
and
understand.
then it's like when you do surgery. What you do all the hard stuff first, and then what? Now there's care. Now, hey, this is how you treat this. This is how you nurture this, right? So I'm gonna tear you up a little bit, but I'm gonna put you back together and we're gonna find a solution. But how do we I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's not the
And
opposite.
you
On
saw
granted, there
evidence in the conversation, right? Because then she whether she wants to admit this is what happened or not, she realized that she said it and said, well, I'm not saying
yeah.
I never sinned. Okay, so here we are. Now
But
we're at a
it's
point
a
where we can
pride
talk.
thing.
Yeah, but the point is she
It's
had to get, even if she was still mad at me, she realized she had to get to a point where, okay, well, I didn't mean that. I meant I never said, or I have sinned before, but I'm not sinning. Okay, so now we're clarifying. But if I had never attacked the truth, we would have just lived in that.
and we
I
just
don't
said, oh,
sin.
okay, she's never sinned, and then she'll continue to go throughout her life thinking that's her one only sin. When, like Kev brought up, there were multiple things that has to bring you to that place, right?
Yeah.
There's other sins you probably have to be a part of, whatever case is, that you're now operating in because of your dislike for people. So it's multiple things that kind of go into that when
Yeah.
you have
Offense.
that structure in your mind, right? But I just think sometimes people are so used to saying things off the rip and no one ever challenging it. All they do is comfort it and coddle it, so they never have to acknowledge what they're saying is actually probably insane or probably just not true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it's just probably just not even true. And then sometimes people speak on things and they think that it's going to get them attention that they wanted. And when they don't get the attention they wanted, guess what? People disappear. That's what happens. When I'm not getting all the official energy and I'm getting Lala and Alter and Kev, oh, I'm gonna bounce because I thought you was gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, really? You never seen that's amazing. Versus like, girl, please. It's like, oh crap, I gotta go.
You know,
They the energy I was looking
yeah.
for.
Well,
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
the problem
You
is
know what I'm saying?
all three of y'all mean, and I'm the only nice one here. That's the problem. Now joking.
Man, you know what's crazy is out of these three, I think I'm the. No, I don't know if I'm nice. I thought for a second I might be nice, but what
No,
I
like
am is
Hey,
political.
Rachel,
Lala has that. She can do the soft approach while she's also setting you up to burn. That's the problem. That's the only thing. People think she's got to hold it.
Rachel,
I'm just gonna hold
Uh
that
huh.
here.
we
She's not telling us. Hush.
What
we over here.
happened?
We holding your man hostage. My bad.
You definitely are. I literally came up here just to
Well,
get my man.
dang, she
Like,
came up here to
y'all.
yell at us. My man, my man, my
Not even
man.
talking about
No, he
I'm
that.
has to
sorry,
get to
Rachel.
bed. He's got to work tomorrow.
I'm
He has a
sorry.
long
You
day.
Uh,
gotta
working.
That's what I was watching. Oh,
What?
go. What?
that's what I was. Hold on, play the video again. Hold up.
Get to bed. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, babe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody just commented on that. I was getting stuck looking at the video again.
We stay watching those videos over and over again. Yeah, but babe, I was waiting for you to call me back because
Oh,
you
I thought
know.
you were saying. Oh, I thought I was waiting on. That's why I was like, as soon as she called me back, I'm
Oh,
No,
about to
that's
I
why
for
you
just
sure.
were
text. I
saying.
Rachel, are
texted
you being
Alter to me.
clingy? Are you
I text
starting?
Alter. How do you shut down Kev's live?
He's like, right, I was literally like,
Not the clingy.
no, are
Not
you
the
being clingy,
clean,
Rachel?
clean.
Nah,
That's what he's
she's
right
being insecure. She's being
there.
insecure.
You stalking
I
me?
Are
rebuke
you
that.
stalking? Is
Not
that
on
the
not on Good
yes?
Resurrection Day. No,
No,
Right.
it wasn't.
I don't
I
respect
literally
that.
text Alter. I was like, "How do we shut down Kev's live for
Yeah,
him?" How do
no.
we
She was
do
like, "How
that?
do we shut his live down? Can't shut it
Rachel,
down and go."
Rachel, you want to hear a rap I wrote for the Lord on behalf of Easter Sunday? It's like 2 minutes.
Oh,
2 minutes. Okay, go
He
ahead.
said 2 minutes.
Damn. 2
I
All
told
right.
you
Onion
to
Mike
follow my
is your
minute by
queen. Now
8 o'clock.
listen to me sing.
Okay,
She wants her
okay, go
number
ahead,
9
Robbie.
supersized
All right.
onion rings. Oh.
All
2
right.
minutes. Oh man. Go
Everybody
ahead.
mute up. Mute up. Mute up. Okay. I shed a tear when I think of all the skills that I got. It's really a lot. I promised myself if I get to the top, that will be the minute that I admit to the planet that the talent I brag about having has been given from God. There's a greater purpose why I do this. I feel it inside, beginning to cry from the time I think of a rhymer. From the moment my homie told me that if I use my poetry for Jesus, I'll slowly notice my ability rise. You fight for me when Satan stood on the side of me. Schizophrenic episodes stealing my mind from me. Trials and tribulations, but none of it got to me. It got muddy, but learn how to smile when it's not sunny. Only through Jesus I was able to beat those odds. I weep so hard, my legs were getting weak, oh God. The thought of me obtaining happiness would seem so far. The grief so strong, I had to switch to beast mode, dog. Just as long as I'm breathing, I know that my team won't starve. I just play the hand that was dealt when I received those cards. Got people thinking that I'll be living with cheat codes on. I need no job because I know I'm gonna reach those stars. The truth is similar to a fire that keep folks warm. I always got lyrics just as long as the beat goes hard. And when I think about my past, I think I understand why I was broken so many times by women in my past. My predicaments were bad. I don't think I would switch it if I can. My circumstances will build me to a man. My trouble's the reason for all of this wisdom that I have. I just want to be thankful to God for giving me a chance for experiences that would teach me that when things are getting bad, I can rely on him to have my back. So let me remind you that whenever your enemies rise up, your body's the vessel that God has built his temple inside of, and it's time to be brave. Even if you're confined in a cage, it doesn't matter because Christ is your strength. Don't get too caught up worrying about the problems you face. He gives you the power that you need to rise through the flames. The moment you decide to give praise to the God that creates everything, I know your life's going to change. Christ keeps you safe, knowing you can rely on his name. The Holy Spirit inside you would say you could fight through the pain because you're designed to be great, and there is nothing that God couldn't change. The situations you previously tried to escape, the devil stripped you of happiness you tried to sustain. Life has been drained, feeling like it tied to a chain drives you insane, wishing you could lie in your grave. Now you're blind from your rage, the same rage that derives from the pain that you kept inside you for days, which ignites into flames, the same flame that comes out when you hate everything around you. But wait, what I'm trying to say is your circumstances wouldn't be hard to deal with if you wasn't deprived of your faith. You got to strive for a change. Don't believe the lies from the snake, especially when God could turn your nights into days. I would sacrifice what I gained because you died for our sake. I know the ultimate price has been paid. Your sacrifice is meaningful. It cannot be in vain. I just pray that my destiny is intertwined with my fate, but ain't no need to cry when it rains because I'm more than certain that the sun is going to shine other days.
Fire, fire, fire. Bullet,
I hope you like that
bullet.
one.
And that's what makes it hip hop.
Oh,
Period.
shut
Period.
Lala's a mess.
Period.
No,
Okay.
but
That was really
lyrically,
good.
yeah, Robbie
It
is.
really was.
I try to tell him all the time he should really pursue his music, but he ain't. It's all good.
She does. She be getting on me.
Christ keeps my people in servitude. We stuck praying on the. Please, can y'all find somewhere else to do this today? We about to leave. Go somewhere else.
Go oppress somebody else.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Robbie,
Yes,
man. Thanks for
bars.
sharing that. As always, man.
Bars.
Like, sheesh. It's amazing. It's amazing how quick your mind works.
Right?
Yeah. You read
Rapid
a
fire
lot,
words.
Robbie?
You said what?
You read a lot?
I used to. Yeah.
Mm.
Not as much, but I be listening to audiobooks and stuff. But I listen. I be binge listening Harvard University lectures a lot.
Oh my gosh, me too. I love them. I love them. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it
Especially
was
the philosophy course,
Yeah,
is.
same. It was fun, man. I appreciate all of y'all, and yeah, see y'all soon, man. Invite me anytime.
For sure.
All right. Good night, y'all. Go talk to my baby.
Guten
Rachel hold
Nacht.
me up, man. She hold me up. See this? I'm blaming her.
Yeah,
What?
she hold you up while you hold
She
her
holding
down.
me up,
Bars.
man.
Wait, what are
Bars.
we talking about still? Okay.
No,
This
Rachel
was
hold
good.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hold me
she
up.
I'm very
she
visual,
holds
so
you
let's see.
up
Keep it a
while you
gift.
hold her
Thank
down,
you, love
period.
child.
Good looks on the s'mores.
We don't need nobody s'mores right now. They already warm. That's why. They're warming up.
Oh,
I'm trying to make it s'more with my. Let me start. Oh, we gotta get on.
Oh my
okay.
God.
See, that's why. See, that's why I try to
I
get
love
you out
it.
of there.
It's
You know.
great. I don't want it. I don't want to see those words.
Let me be your marshmallow. You be my strawberry.
Oh, call the police.
Get between these graham crackers.
Oh
Please,
my
you guys, when y'all
God.
get old, your
Let's
grandkids are gonna
go.
vomit.
Let's
Please.
go.
Y'all's
Let's,
grandkids are gonna vomit. Please
let's
stop.
hop out of here. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
All right.
Alter, I'm going to wreak havoc on the Christian side. Join me.
Uh-oh.
Okay, bye.
Teach me
Hey,
something.
let's get it. Go get your s'mores, Kev. Have a nice night. See you, Rachel.
More. More. S'more. S'more.
More s'mores.
S'more.